Last we left our heroes, reeling from a deadly encounter with the general. You need to act fast and come up with a plan to end this conflict one way or another and get home to Vesaria. In planning, you found you still have many questions in need of answers and a lot of moving pieces on this board that you need to nail down, and thus you fought a divine source. Speaking with Doc, he pointed you to a woman named Amber Hargrove, the facto leader of the Godsmen, located in the Great Foundry, as your best source for divine answers, and in learning what this strange otherworldly metal the Crimson Coin have been looking to acquire that they seem to possess. Making your way there, you met with the leader, aided in part by Boone's membership with the group, but also, as it seemed, your goals met hers, even if she could not participate herself. You learned a bit of the strengths and weaknesses of the Yugoloths, that the general's resistance didn't appear to be a biological one. His immunity, or his regeneration, I should say, was not biological of his race, but more likely magical boon or item granting him his nigh invulnerability. You also learned about Arcurite, this naturally occurring arcane ore, as a blend of divine and arcane in earthly form. It is difficult to handle properly and requires the skilled hands of a master smith, as well as a great forge or equal facility to handle its refinery and smelting. It just so happens one master smith had gone missing from their ranks a little over a year ago, believed to be murdered at the time, but now perhaps kidnapped. Finally, you learn this metal, when formed properly, acted sort of like a magic or power sponge, taking in things that make it stronger. The Godmen still have to learn about it, as do you, but it's a powerful resource if used correctly. Departing with some answers and a lead, you sought out the wife of the missing smith, Hilda Barrelbane, and on your way to her, you found yourselves in a fight with a handful of Crimson Coin mercenaries in the process of accosting some Godsmen. The party split for the moment as Gordon Mary focused on protecting this dwarven woman and taking her from potential harm, while the others zeroed in on these mercenaries in a dramatic, brutal fashion, cut them down, letting the street run red with their blood, and proclaiming the coin and the general's days were numbered. After this encounter, you reconvened and met with this potentially widowed dwarf. But with hope, you utilized the crystal ball to scry upon the master smith she believed to still be alive. Gord succeeded in perceiving the dwarven smith, working somewhere dark underground. It appeared he was working on metal similar to that of the forged Arcurite that you saw in the foundry, and you saw him affixing it to a device that shifted and groaned as it seemed to be nearing a completed state. But Kellic Barrelbane is indeed alive. Finally, some good news, though in a complicated, ominous tone, that whatever this weapon is being created is nearing a finished state. With that, you headed back to the market ward, but you were not done yet. Collectively, you began spreading a whisper campaign of rumors and dissent within the Crimson Coin, news traveling that people opposed the general and were willing to act, and that the general did in fact have tiny testicles. As we begin tonight, you reconvene and regroup with an hour or two before your meeting beneath the Whistling Giants with Horus and whatever anarchist figures he can amass. So we'll begin in this kind of mid-section where you have an hour to 2 hours of any preparations or conversations you want to have, and if there's nothing, we'll just proceed below.
We gotta go to the chef, remember, so we're gonna have to leave early.
Is there anything you guys want to prepare before this, or can we?
I think we might need to come to a decision on what we might ask of them. Or maybe ask is a little...
What are we proposing?
Right. Or what details can we give them to make them want to get involved on their own and make it sound like it's their idea? Because I feel like this is the kind of group who isn't going to take orders, although I guess, Honda, you'd know them better than the rest of us so far.
I have not really met any of them.
I mean...
I've only met Horus. But I mean, they're those kind of people.
Yeah, I mean, if...
I was going to say, on the night of whenever we're doing this thing, if the streets were a little chaotic, if there was a bit of an uprising going down against the coin, that could divert some of their forces and give us more of an opportunity at the Hive base.
I agree. I think another thing we need to might need to make a decision on sooner than later is it seems we have at least 2 operations here. Getting into wherever the fuck this creature, this thing, weapon is, and trying to get more information on that, and potentially ending that, which might in turn, if we can save, what's his name that I can't fucking remember. I have it written down somewhere. Kellic. That's his name, right? If we can get him out, he might also be able to provide more information for us. Does a good deed in the process, and hopefully puts a hindrance on getting this weapon ready. That's one thing that needs to be accomplished, or could be accomplished. The second is the whole fucking thing, everything we're talking about here. Trying to get this book away from the general. And we know, as we can avoid it as much as we want, but that asshole's we're gonna end up going up against him again. I have a feeling a couple people here might want that.
I do. Which one's the most important to y'all? This book, this weapon, or vengeance?
I think they're all part and parcel. It's just a question of how we accomplish it, how much we do ourselves. I think I don't know. We'll have to see if they have any more information as well. None of it, I doubt. And we could move tonight if we really wanted to. Start getting shit done. We're on a clock here too.
We heard from the foundry that if they're using this Arcurat, it's gonna cause smoke, blue smoke, colored smoke. And in that vision that Milkshake saw, he kind of mentioned seeing puffs of it, kind of felt the earth shaking. So we could ask this resistance that Hondo you've befriended so elegantly if they've seen anything like that.
Maybe we could convince them tonight to do a little bit of reconnaissance. You know, sowing the seeds of rebellion, however the fuck we sell it to them, but we need to try to at least get the lay of the land before we make decisions. I think I agree with you, Boone. These guys are going to be the best distraction. The question is, do we use them as a distraction close to where we're going to be, so we potentially pull those specific guards away from the area? I'm a little concerned about the fact that it just might draw more people into the area, or do we use them as a distraction on the complete opposite fucking side of wherever we're going to be to draw the attention that way? Kyle, can you remind us, there are multiple entries into the Hive in terms of different guard posts, right? Like we went in on one, but there's more than one?
There's at least 2. You could come from the lower ward, or you could come from the clerk's ward. You kind of pincer on either side of the ringed city of Sigil. But in theory, there are multiple entry points at each side. There's not a vast number. You're not sure specifics. But there seems to be like 1 or 2 main roads that kind of run around the ring, but there are always other paths.
Okay, so if maybe we can try to get some information, or see if bribe someone to get that information for us tonight of where potentially this blue smoke could be in relation to, I can't remember, Kyle, did you mention that there was a potential location where we saw it and it would have been near the general's compound?
I don't think there was a potential that you had seen.
For some reason I had that.
I've been in the compound, just not the center of it.
Okay.
The one thing I would ask, I like this plan, but what's in it for the resistance? How can we make them do what we want?
I think the big argument is just going to be, we're going to be shaking some shit up. Are you going to be on the sidelines, or are you going to be in the heart of it? They seem to just want to fuck shit up. I think we'll have to kind of play that by ear.
There's a couple of them. I mean, people know Horse was, captured by the coin too. So if we played up that we're going to be a strike team going against their leadership, they'd probably be okay with that.
I also want to caution, I don't know how much information we give them. I think being vague
That's
enough
fair.
in terms of we're going to be fucking shit up. Like, oh, look at these assholes. Now's the time to move. I don't know about you guys, but I think now is the time to move. And we'll go in from one side if you want to go in from the other side. Something as vague as that might be the best way to go about this. I don't want to give away too much information of any of this, because as much as it seems like these guys want to cause some shit, they also like coin. So, I mean...
Well, and especially with them hearing that the general and his forces are weakening, they might be more willing and inclined to help us out and get some of that for themselves.
I think when the plan does come down to it, it would be nice for them to hit one of those gatehouses, one of those entryways in, because the compound's more to the center. But if we could get them spread out,
try to draw as many forces as we can, which is potentially where, if we start spreading rumors about what we're after, we can fucking lie to them about what we're after, and maybe what we really want is to bring down these walls. I don't fucking know, something like that. Something that'll if the general or if all those assholes get wind of what quote unquote the plan, not the real plan, the one we're talking about, is, at least it's going to draw their forces in the direction of that plan.
They also know we're coming for them. We kind of made a big deal of it today. Mr. Blue over here cut that man's face off and screamed at a bunch of people.
I say we blow something up as a sort of like a warning sign or chaos.
Yeah.
Something somewhere close to where they are, somewhere close to their territory or in their territory, sort of saying you're not safe no matter where you are.
Well, I think that's what you could talk to Chef about. I think he'd be interested in that.
That's true. Maybe there's a way to do that without using your resources you just paid so much money for.
Mm-hmm.
Get them to do it themselves.
You got so much bad shit in your room, it stinks.
We just want to make sure. It's hard because we don't know the layout of the place, but we got to make sure we don't give too much information. But at the same time, we need to gain information. So just play shit a little close to the vest. We can be vague about wanting to get back at the general because he took one of our own. That's fine. We can use that. The book or the idea about, I'm a little even nervous about this blue smoke shit, unless we just specifically ask someone like Horace, so I feel like we can pay to keep his mouth shut, to look into that for us. That is a detail that they don't know we know.
So, Mr. Blue, did you say you have to meet this chef guy before we meet the resistance? All right. Do you want to take us there?
Let's do it. Also, who will be leading this talk? I elect Mary, and then we can chip in as details need to be filled out.
Okay, I mean, I don't mind making some points, as sometimes some members of our party tend to get a little carried away with their excitement about things like this. However, I do believe, from what I heard, that he organized you to present all of us. Am I remembering that wrong?
I mean, I can introduce if you need be, but I say you start the talk and then we'll chip in.
Right, well,
I don't mind it. She seems like the one with the most sense.
Oh God, yeah. Let's just rely on me to convince a bunch of.
You introduce them and we'll fire them up after.
Let's see what they have to say as well. Let's see what they have to say.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be as vague as we need to.
You said these people are chill, right? They're like trustworthy. They're good, Blue?
Yes, of course. These are, the finest criminals, anarchists, murderers, rebels.
It seems like they're mediocre to good at what they do, which could work in our favor. Again, let's not say anything that let's not say anything to them that we wouldn't want anyone from the hive to overhear. Let's just assume anything we say tonight could and will get out. Again, could use that to our advantage. But we just got to be careful. I doubt
All right,
they'd
let's
give us
go.
away to the lady because they seem to really hate, that. But
So down here, the lady knows everything, so don't worry about that. All right, let's
get
go.
this shit
Show us
over
where
with.
show us where the chef is, Mr. Blue.
Let's do it.
Hondo, you begin to lead the way. It's you remember the way quite clearly. It's not a particularly challenging path, and you guys would be about an hour early to midnight. So it's late in the day, but it's not quite midnight yet. It feels about an hour when you set off. So you begin making your way through the market, and it's not dead. It's actually surprisingly active in the market for being the late hour, but the city is weird and things happen at odd hours all the time. You make your way through the crowds. Many of the stalls are closed, but there are several that are open, and you make your way over to the Whistling Giants, make your way around the back side where you first met Horus, and kind of nestled in the midst of a bunch of debris and things, you find the passage beneath the forge once more, and you all begin to make your way down. It's a bit of a winding path once you get on this side, though. Anna, go ahead and make a survival check.
A what check? Sorry.
Survival. 18 on the dice. Very good.
And my numbers are survival +5, so 23.
Okay. It was only at this point now I can't even remember, but it might have only been a day, maybe 2 days since you've been down. Oh.
Mr. Blue, pipe down.
Hondo's cell phone rings loudly in his pocket, gives away your stuff. You begin making your way and recalling the path that you took, that Horus led you down. He pauses for an obvious purpose, obviously. Just to think about it really hard. What is it he's doing?
Still going to the chef? Why does he just stop like that?
He's just smelling the air, trying to catch the right sense. Really trying to picture what did Horus say? Where did Horus lead me?
He's just standing there now. Does he do this when he leads you guys? Where's he going?
He takes a moment, realizes this might not be the right entrance. Steps outside again.
Do we follow? All right, we'll follow him back, I guess.
You stand oddly in the alley for a minute, and he just sprints down away out of the alley. Just leaves.
Maybe he has to go to the bathroom or something.
Oh, it's because it's probably from all that bad shit in his room. It's probably getting to him.
Yeah, it's probably making his tummy hurt. We've all been there. There's no shame in it. So, you guys been together long?
I guess a while. Yeah.
Y'all start out together, just like young adventurers looking for trouble?
I think a couple of them were together, and then I found them. Or they found me, actually.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So, Mary, your leader, she's the one who, sets the tone?
Mm-hmm. Mary and Val together. But now Mary...
Oh, they're together?
A little bit. No. I mean, they both...
That's nice.
Out. Yeah.
Oh. They just help? Oh, all right. That's great.
Yeah. Yeah. They're the better speakers out of the group, for sure.
Well, that's nice to hear.
For
good with talking.
obvious reasons, too. So, yeah.
What's the obvious? What?
What?
This conversation is interrupted as Hondo sprints back down the alley, returning with his forgotten sack of bad shit and assorted explosive.
Oh my god,
elements.
you forgot your shit. Jesus Christ, son.
Remembering,
I'm ready to go.
realizing the mistake, make your way back down in and remembering the path correctly. It is a bit of a winding path that has clearly been this element of sewer that is this section underneath the forge is not in use. One element of city built on top of another. And you can see where there's segments of the wall have been reshaped that it doesn't make sense, and then there's segments of the wall that have been actively, obviously chipped away, and a tunnel has been carved out. But it does wind in multiple patterns and leads to dead ends. And you can see it kind of, you could see it this very small labyrinth of tunnels, but Hondo does recall the path. And after a minute or two, following this path, you make your way through to active sewer systems. A long channel, and at the kind of cross point that you would imagine would position yourselves kind of like roughly right beneath the like middle of the market area, roughly, is Hondo like remembering that path that you just took, kind of leads in that direction. But at this like crossroads of two different paths of sewer system, you can see the small encampment that is kind of within the stone walls that Chef resides. You can see a fire cooking something over top of like this spit over a small fire, and the massive hulking orcish frame of Chef kind of underlit by the light, the low flame. He doesn't seem to have noticed you thus far, but there seems to be no other figures here yet. You are early.
Chef, do you remember me?
I remember anyone I make a business deal with. You come with the, I think you have the stuff Horace was supposed to get you.
Yes, there will be a huge gathering here with Horace, of course.
Oh, you're meeting some people, all right. Have you come for me to cook you up something?
Sorry, I couldn't. Your mic was a bit low before, that's why.
My apologies, I speak generally low. I'm not used to, accustomed to speaking with people in the sewers.
Yeah, sorry. I have the stuff with me as I was hoping you could help and also teach me the recipe so that we can make a few more at home.
Well, that I don't believe I'm going to be capable of doing. I'm a businessman, friend.
Of course.
I'll give away the secret recipe.
Okay. I understand.
Otherwise, I lose my business.
I understand. My only concern is when the Great War comes, we will need to make as many as possible.
Well, when the Great War comes, I'm going to be a busy man, it seems.
Well, at least we can count on you. That is good. Nevertheless, here is the stuff.
You hold out, and the part of the deal with him was to split half of the acquired elements with him, and then he was going to create half of create the remainder for your explosive needs. With the lessened amount, go ahead and make just a persuasion check.
My internet seems to be suddenly lagging.
On the fritz.
Internet, Max. You talk so strange, like.
Here, let me try it on the browser.
Sure.
The fuck is he talking about?
Let's try it on the even older MacBook.
That's right, yeah. If you have your character sheet open.
Someone needs to mail Kevin a set of dice.
I got a 7.
Okay.
7. Wait, did you add your modifier?
Oh, wait, sorry. What was it again?
Try rolling on D&D Beyond, Kevin. If you maybe that'll work better.
Character, yeah.
Plus 16 is persuasion.
Yeah,
it's also it's the automatic 10. It's an expertise.
You're pretty good at persuasion. As the lessened amount is presented, and he doesn't really bend on this idea of giving you the recipe, but he does relent in the fact that you don't have enough guano to split with him. He will take the remainder of the other elements, but will still create you two completed sticks of dynamite. As he kind of looks over everything and says, "I'm gonna need some time, but I can get both of these to you in about an hour or so. You said you're meeting people, so."
Let me ask you, if I were to pay a bit extra, would you be able to provide the extra ingredients needed to add the extra 2 sticks?
Perhaps. Comes at a bit of a cost, of course. Cuts into my supply. Trading of such thing and ownership. Handing someone I don't quite know very well 4 sticks of dynamite could certainly lead to disastrous effect. And I shouldn't say it goes without saying, but if I ever find out that you put my name out there as to where you got this, things will not end well for you.
No, of course not. There's a million people that we can frame before that gets to you.
That's how I'll be comforted.
Also, to be fair, I think ideally some of this use isn't even going to be in this city, so no one will know your name on the material plane.
But if you're looking to complete and get yourself a little bit more, you sweeten the pot.
Kind of looks you up and down and looks at the lot of you, and there's a quick kind of calculation over the number of glittery objects adorning your persons. And he says,
"You look like you've done pretty well for yourself. Perhaps you throw me 500 gold. I can get you those other 2 sticks."
Would you do 400?
make a persuasion check.
Ooh.
That is the kindest Hondo has ever been in negotiation.
I need the stuff.
It's a 13.
And persuasion 16, so 29.
He looks you up and down, kind of chuckles a bit, says,
"Well, I was definitely upselling you. 400 is still quite a tidy profit, so why not? 400 it is."
Thank you. I guess.
He says, "It's going to double the time, though. It's going to take me about 2 hours to get you each. It's a fiddly process. Provided I want to keep all my digits."
No problem. We've got our meeting. That should kill enough time.
We'll find out, I suppose. I'm going to need a little bit of privacy if you don't mind waiting out at the crossroads here.
Of course.
When it's ready.
Who has the party fund? Who's keeping track of that now?
You have the bag.
It would
Allie.
be
I have
in
the bag?
of
Okay.
holding, so it would be Allie.
But I
Okay.
think it's on Val's character sheet, right?
I only had 10 gold, and I gave it to Hilda and her kids. So
But this gold is coming out of mine. I'm guessing my pocket.
I literally have 0 gold.
That's okay.
We have it. I'll take it out of the party fund and then just write it down minus 400.
Very, very well. Thank you.
I'll do it right now.
Okay.
Val is rolling over in his
In the bed?
in his cryo chamber state of party funds paying for Hondo shenanigans. It'll benefit everybody.
It's a worthwhile endeavor. So, you guys make your way out into the this kind of section of sewer, and obviously it's an active sewer. So keep that in mind, that it does not particularly smell the nicest. Prolonged exposure in here, some of your dinner may find its way into the sewer too. You're not feeling so great just being down here, but it's not the worst thing you've ever been in. There's like thin walkways on either side of the channels, and you can see at the end of each there are kind of grates set that are wide enough that you think you might be able to squeeze your way through the bars. They're not particularly like super thin bars, but it'd be tough for some of you should need arise, but hopefully it doesn't. You guys wait for the next hour before you begin, unless there's anything you guys want to do in that hour. You're still pretty well. It's 45 minutes now.
I was gonna say, how early were we? It was midnight, right?
Midnight was the call. You guys were here an hour early. Hondo had a little detour chatting with Chef. You're looking at like 45 minutes now. Like, still got lots of time.
You guys have 3 Dragon Ante in your home?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'll show you. I'll just take out 3 Dragon Ante. It's like a dice game. We can just play this for a little bit.
What do you do?
Just like play it. You can like win a hand.
Let's gamble.
I have no money. I literally gave all my money to that widow and her orphans.
You could
Hondo, you're
have stuff.
also the
could have
last person
stuff.
that should be gambling.
Do you have a bad history of gambling or something?
Oh, you could say that. Show him your hand, Hondo.
What the fuck's up with his hand? Is he missing
Actually,
a finger?
Well, yeah, that one he bit off. Actually, that was
What the fuck?
partially later. Gord here, actually, his tail is back. I kind of forgot. Speaking of which, Gord, do you want your like knife tail back? I kind of forgot that was a thing you had that I had to like install. Is that something?
Yes, I do want that back, actually. Thank you.
Okay, it's in the bag. Maybe later I can put that back on for you.
We got 45 minutes if you wanted to like tie on a knife to this guy's tail.
It wouldn't be a challenge for you, Mary, to reaffix the kind of leather straps. Basically, you just have like straps like tying it down to his tail. You could do that in a matter of minutes.
All right, you guys play your dice game. I'll get some stuff from the bag of holding, and I'll because I was actually planning on doing the same thing that Scott ended up doing. I'll try to toss as discreetly as possible. Give Boone his 10 gold back.
I do have one idea. If we can find one of the general's guys around here, or even one of the bodies that we took care of earlier, what we can do is we can bring it here. We can bring them here and use them as an example of the threat that we are under and why we need them now.
Like, tell the resistance there's coin everywhere.
We
Maybe
need
they
to
heard
find
of
some
it.
coin, and we need to kill one right now.
Listen, man, I've been down here a while. News travels fast. And news of a blue fish guy cutting off a guy's face and then wearing it to yell at a crowd and hype him up. That news does kind of travel fast. I also did a whole speech thing. When you were sawing that man's face off in that alley, I also gave a speech, but then Miss Brawley and I went a little ways away.
I'm sure it was a rousing speech. Now,
Miss Bro-
the other thing is, if we see one of those alien guys, we take them down too.
Oh, you don't be fucking with those guys. That's not something you want to be doing. They bend
We-
reality to their will.
We do not let anyone follow us. We do not let anyone spy on us. We are
Mary
also
said-
outnumbering them.
Mary said yesterday that Horace the frog guy that was spying on you for a while and stole a
You let
ring
it
from
happen.
her.
I mean, we let it happen.
Okay. This is all like a master plan so you can meet the resistance.
Of course.
Cool. All right. Hey, are you still sure that you don't want to be the one talking during this? You want Mary to lead it?
I want Mary to lead, and we will come in as the support, and we will draw a rousing response. One that comes from their very soul.
All right. Are you going to be like persuasive? Are you going to try and intimidate them? Are you going to try and lie to them? What are you going to go with?
We'll see where the night goes. We may need to be intimidating. We may need to threaten. Of course, we can also be kind and caring. Of course,
so just
also
the whole spectrum of emotion.
Of course, also if one of the coin happened to be here, we might have to take one down and have a giant brawl. You never know. Everything could happen. We're prepared for everything.
You think a member of the coin might be part of this resistance meeting?
No. What I think is that if someone heard about this meeting, they may just show up.
He does do that sometimes. Sometimes he makes like a coherent point amidst the rambling.
I do wonder if there are any double agents anywhere.
I wouldn't be surprised. Places like this, I'm sure there's not necessarily people who are specifically double agents, but are just hard on coin or cash, hard on life, and think that there's a way out if they just slip a little information to the other side. You can't always blame people for doing that. Sometimes people are just trying to live their life. It happens.
I have a way of making sure people are telling them the truth. If I prepared it.
To prepare his own truth.
The other thing we do.
I did today. Yeah.
The other thing we do is we just pull someone from the crowd randomly and we cut their throat and say, "This is a warning to you.
No.
Double agents will not be tolerated."
Okay. Here's the thing, Hondo. Remember, everyone kind of hates us in this city. Like everybody. There's like a few individuals who hate us slightly less. We are not back home where we have like friends in high places or friends who can make shit go away. We need people to like us and to be on our side so that our weird ass whisper campaign, when people see us fucking around, they want to join. Maybe not be like, "Oh my God, look at those guys. They're fucking terrifying. Get me away from them."
So when you say like, when you say back home, is it a common occurrence that you would just cut off a civilian's head and parade it around to a group of people saying this is what happens when you disrespect us?
Absolutely. We've done it before.
What the fuck is going on?
We have not done it before. You may have done that before our group, and I believe you may have attempted that. However, this is not just random civilians. The cutting the face off thing is not new. It was a hobgoblin. He did torture or murder a whole bunch of people, and like literally sent children to be eaten by like a dragon. So, or whatever the fuck they were doing down there.
Oh, not Mr. Blue.
It justifies the face cutting off thing. There's like a whole backstory. Regardless, Hondo loves coming in with strong ideas, and it's up to us to find the nugget of gold in those strong ideas. Here, I think he's saying we want to make sure people know not to fuck with us, which is a good thing to do. We want to, try to convince them not to double cross us. Showing a little bit of strength might not hurt. Maybe we don't leap to flat out murder.
I mean,
all right.
I'm sure these are all going to be fine, upstanding citizens.
They are absolutely not going to be all fine, upstanding citizens, but that's okay because we don't need fine, upstanding citizens.
You said criminals, renegades.
I don't think it will come to threats because I'm predicting right now there will be a mass brawl with the coin.
Okay, all right.
I have a feeling we've been infiltrated.
Okay,
right, well,
I'm just going to follow her lead. She seems like the reasonable one.
Glad I packed my shield then. Am I remembering correctly out of game? You don't know. We'll just let it happen. It's fine. I don't think Hondo actually told us that. Where are we waiting? Are we waiting in the area where we're supposed to meet these guys, Kyle, or are we waiting in an area where we're going to be told where to go?
You're not sure. You guys are waiting kind of in the crossroads of the sewer where Horace led Hondo previously.
Last time? Okay.
This is the only place that you've known, and kind of the only direction was like Horace said, go by chefs. That's the only direction you have thus far.
Once I finished putting Gord's knife tail back on,
mm-hmm.
Which I'm pretty sure is just Is it just a dagger that you were letting him use as a bonus action? I'm trying to even remember how that thing worked.
It was basically like a hatchet. So it was like an axe head that you basically like did, like had leather straps and like multiple leather straps to give like down the tail, so that he could have a little bit more control with it. But yeah, he could make the knife tail attack as a bonus action if you wanted to.
The random things that you come up with when you're like level 4 or 5.
It was early days.
After I'm doing that, or as I'm doing that, we're having this conversation. I'm just gonna keep an eye and ear out in case anyone's like watching us and just waiting on us. Or
okay, go ahead and make a perception check. Are Hondo and Boone? Are you guys gonna play like little card games just to kill the time? Like we won't play through them, but I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'll play the dice game with them.
Okay. Let's just have both of you roll straight charisma checks. Do charisma as your luck and see which one of you comes out on top. Hondo with the 7.
Charisma check,
And
eh?
charisma check plus 5. 12.
I also got 12.
So you find
Looks like we got a draw.
at a stalemate. Roll again.
You sure you never played this before?
I played a lot of games. I can't remember anymore what I've played and not played.
All right.
you rolled a 7 again. Did you actually hit the roll button, Kevin, or did you just pick it up?
No, I actually rolled it.
7 and 7.
15.
15. Okay, Boone takes the second hand. We're gonna go best 2 of 3 now.
Winner take all?
Yeah, so you've hit one for Boone so far.
I'll bet you 1 punch.
Ooh.
Winner gets to punch the other person.
It's a slap bet.
No, it's a punch bet.
I will take that.
All
Okay.
right.
Another charisma check. Hondo with the
Ooh,
16 on the dice.
16 and the charisma 5, 21.
I got 16.
Your charisma's a 5? Or is that your
5.
save?
That's my save.
Oh,
We ain't playing safe, friend.
just
But you still beat me.
Oh,
yeah,
plus
he's-
4. Plus 4. Sorry.
Yeah,
you
he's
still beat. No, you still beat me.
Hondo takes one, Boone takes the other. So last roll, winner takes all. Because first one was stomach.
All right, one more, kid. Not that great.
10 plus 4, 14.
15.
Ooh.
Boone takes the final hand, having suggested the game in the first place with a little bit of additional aid there.
Boone stands up, just starts stretching out his arms.
Bring it on. I've fought people twice your size.
I mean, that's true.
So, like, Valentine here, probably just like fist bump you. Boone's just gonna punch you in the fucking face.
You get the hit off. It's unless Hondo you're trying to block. You made a deal. You're accepting the punch. But go ahead and roll a d20, regardless.
11. I got a 2, so it's only 11.
You hit no matter what. The d20 was simply to see if you crit or critical miss, critical hit or critical miss. But so it's 1 plus your strength modifier for the damage.
I already have one, so it's 5. I have like an unarmed strike thing
Yeah.
that I just press. Yeah.
But that's your strength modifier of 4 plus 1. Hana, you get clocked. It's a good punch. You take 5 points of damage. But
That's good.
you've definitely taken worse. But that was a good hit.
I'll tell you it stung a bit, but I'm wide awake now.
All right.
Marion,
You ever
what
want
was
to play
your
again, you
perception
just let me
look like?
know.
Definitely.
I rolled a 24.
24.
Mhm.
It takes you not long, a couple of minutes of just like searching for the knife tail in the bag and getting it situated on Gord and kind of just making it feel comfortable, watching the game for a little bit, certainly watching the punch. But as you kind of just begin to really extend your senses out past this space, you hear the skittering of small rodents, certainly some squeaking, some like little sounds of, you can't quite see it, but you can certainly hear it, of these little rodent creatures. No other intelligent life thus far, though you guys are pretty early. And unless there's anything else, that you guys continue to wait, about half hour from this point, maybe about 40 minutes, you begin to hear, Mary, you begin to catch the sounds of skittering footsteps from the direction of where you came in. And you guys still have a pretty good line of sight on that position from here, as you're all kind of sitting, and as the game kind of winds down, finishes, and Boone gets a nice clock to Hondo's face, you begin to see a small gray cloaked individual kind of scuttle and scurry out, kind of look very low and kind of darting around, recognize you, and just begin kind of darting in your direction, the cloak kind of kicking out behind, jumping across to your side of the sewer. And the hood falling back, you can see the kind of frog-like face of Horus.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's good to see you. This is gonna be good. It's gonna be real good.
What makes you say that?
Just any kind of like meeting with like the kind of upper ups is always good. It makes me look good. I mean, points out Hondo, talking to this guy, like, oof, we're looking for some fucking bloodshed any day now.
There was already some earlier today.
Ooh, really? Do tell.
He cut off a guy's face and then like wore it as a mask and screamed at a crowd.
No fucking way. Do you have it? Do you have the face?
I don't know what happened to do you have the face?
I threw the face off. It was useless.
Yeah, keep that kind of shit, man. I'll pay you good money for someone's face.
Oh, I'll tell you what. If there's a double agent tonight, we will take his face.
Wow. Oh, that's a tall order. But you know what? Fuck yeah. Yeah, there's a double agent tonight. If one of these guys turns out to be a double agent, I should preface, wasn't able to amass a big meeting, but we got big names. All right, we got two of the OGs, two of the founders of the movement coming in. You made an impression. I was running your name up the flagpole, so to speak, and not a lot of bites. It was a little depressed. It was kind of disappointing. I thought this was gonna be a big moment for me. Didn't really pan out. But I'm sitting at a pub and I'm kind of drinking and I'm just kind of walling my sorrows. It's like noon. I'm got a couple of cups deep, and I'm just kind of like, oh man, I really thought this was gonna pan out. I was really hoping to help Blue out, and I thought this was gonna be good. And these guys show up, and they're like, we want to meet. Fucking Smiler and Phantom fucking showing up at my table.
Smiler and Phantom?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was out of character, but okay.
So these two are showing up tonight. That's a big deal.
This will be good. Oh, I should tell you, by the way, I know Valentine wants to speak to you, but he's dead currently. So...
Wait, did I see that? I did see that.
I did, okay. But
he might just
replaced him with Boone.
You guys are like, nobody was like crying, so I kind of like either like, yeah, fuck that guy. Maybe you killed him. Are we trying to like keep it on the DL?
No. I mean...
If you need to get rid of a body, I can...
We're trying to heal him, but we replaced him for now with this Boone guy here. This is Boone.
Replaced?
Hey, what's up? I'm Horus.
We met literally a day ago.
I'm not good with faces.
You're carrying a bunch of literal shit to the room. I'll let you in.
Oh wait, are you? No, wait. He looks over.
You said.
He looks over at Gordon. He's like, "Now you're the cat guy. You're not a cat."
You told me how your shoes came from a guy you killed.
It's not ringing a bell. I'm sorry, man. Maybe you just got one of those faces.
No, it doesn't bother me at all. It's just Interesting.
Feels like
You look a lot like that guy, Blue. You kind of got a whole familiarity.
I could see that. I could see that. We could be brothers or something, you know?
Brothers, yeah. He's a little older. He looks much older than you.
It's about how I'm only
Maybe he's a Triton. Maybe he's part Triton. Who knows, you know?
Could be.
There are a lot of us around.
I'm a little bit of
I've
everything.
literally never seen one of you before. Like, it's shocking that you're a fish man.
Okay,
How
we're
how
gonna
old are
be
you
meeting.
though? Like 87?
I had some like little incident, I guess you could say. I was like 48, but now I think I'm supposed to be like 120 or something,
Jesus Christ.
This is
which
only
for a
within the
Triton
past
is
few
still
days.
pretty young.
What was that, Brawley? What did you say?
This has only been in the past few days.
In the past few days, you aged almost half a century?
I mean, something happened. I don't know what happened, but all I can tell you is that not to worry, Tritons, we live a very long time.
As you say that, materializing through the floor from behind
Oh,
you see this kind of humanoid form, this ghostly figure kind of apparate. This human-looking figure as the kind of like veil of faintly blue energy kind of fades away. You can see like a bald human male kind of in what seems to be like kind of tattered leather armor and but a nice like kind of overcoat that is clearly cut up, and there are obvious deadly wounds, mortal wounds that are kind of drawn across the flesh. Kind of rises up behind. It says, "For someone as old as I, you look quite good for your age. 100, you say?" He says, like right behind Hondo. Horace like grabs at his chest. It's Phantom. Hey, he kind of just like looks down at him and looks back up at you.
put that together with the creepy ghost through the floor and the looking like he probably shouldn't be breathing anymore.
Good thing we're in the sewers, because I'm sure a lot of people would just shit their pants.
Very apropos. We're still waiting on Smiler. She should be along any moment now.
When this happens, a little startled, Boone would have put his hand on his glaive. Could I, as an action, cast Divine Sense?
Sure.
So you can detect good and evil until the end of your next turn. You can sense anything afflicted by the Hollow spell or in the location of Celestial Fiend undead within 60 feet.
No sign of Hallow, Fiend, but certain sign of undead from this figure. Very clearly.
Just like takes his hand off, regrets, and folds his arms.
Just kind of like gently floats, kind of passes through one of you and like crosses the room with no kind of regard for your bodily space. And you watch as he just kind of moves through and kind of looks you all slowly, very slow and like methodical in the look. And then just says, "I'll return in a moment." And just like drifts through the wall towards where Chef is. Blue side of it. Horace.
That was kind of weird.
That guy's dope.
Yeah, we could have used a heads up about
I
any.
said his
What do
name
we
was
need
fucking
to?
Phantom. What do you want
Yeah, okay. You know, it's just a cool fucking name. Sometimes people just have cool fucking names. Anything we need to know about the Smiler?
to? Smiles a lot.
Oh, and is it in a creepy way?
Yeah, it really is.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
she's super creepy. She's got this mask. It's funny. She's good. She's good stuff.
Is there anything we should know while talking to these people? Best practices,
Best practice.
things they hate, things they might
What does that
might piss them off.
Maybe ask him about best practices. He kind of elbows Hondo a little bit. Best
Okay.
practices. That's funny. You did like he looks at Hondo again. So, I told you, like anarchists. You guys are some of you guys a little straight laced for anarchy.
There, don't worry. They don't. Once they meet everyone, they'll warm up. They'll be good.
I'm not worried at all. You told me you cut off a man's face today. It was gonna be fine. I'm just kind of like, you run in a weird crowd. Like, you fit perfectly with me. Like, you and I would be messing shit up. But then I look at, like fucking best practices and scary tall guy.
Boone. Name is Boone. We met earlier
I
today.
gotta remember that. Scary
said
tall
you
guy over there is
Got
like,
shoes off a dead guy.
I'm so angry and broody.
Hey, let me tell you something though. You think we're all like straight edge? That Brawley character literally cut someone in half with their axe, like right down the middle.
You see, I'm not, making any words at her because I can see the look in her eye. I can recognize there's some darkness in there. There's a little, yeah. I'm not gonna question her. And cat guy, also darkness. And anyone who sounds like that, they got something wrong. No offense, obviously. Mr.
Milkshake is one of a kind.
Yeah. Yeah. And he just kind of looks at him for a second. I kind of looked back. I wouldn't worry about it. You'll be fine. Just don't like offend them or like cause a fucking scene or like,
Of course.
Boone will like lean towards Mary. Are you still gonna talk? I feel like he's talking a lot.
I'm gonna see what the fuck
We're
shakes
good.
out.
It's all good.
As you guys have this kind of finishing of this moment, you watch as Phantom kind of drifts back through the wall, and as he does, he's joined by a second figure who kind of walks through the way you guys came in, kind of steps up, and you can see this kind of almost like blue-gray skinned female, really tall and lanky, like 8.5 feet tall, really skinny, really lanky, kind of this faint kind of blue trail of hair that's kind of like gently kind of floating in this like mohawk of hair. One half of the face is bearing this black smiling mask, like a classic like theater mask. The others, the rest of her face, this kind of gray skinned feminine face with shockingly like ice blue eyes or eye. She's not wearing anything of particular like defensive measure, kind of like more like flowy light garb that looks comfortable and like multi-layered, and there's like ropes and sashes, and you can see many different like pockets for like stashing things. As she kind of makes her way and looks down on all of you, Phantom glides close, kind of looks at you and says, "Well, Horus here has declared your position in this city of note to us. Seek to fuck shit up," was his wording. Is that true?
Oh shit, is that me? There's been a copious amount of greater mischief, you might call it. We made enemies pretty fucking quick, and apparently the right kind of enemies to people like you.
Smiler doesn't begins to speak, but you notice it's her face, the real face, doesn't move, but the mask moves and speaks.
Oh, motherfucker, that's just fucking terrifying.
And she says, "You certainly made yourselves known, certainly made enemies. That does make you intriguing to us. We've heard your multiple names. We've done a little bit of investigating, sounds so formal, but a little poking, a little prodding. Seems you're missing one of your members. Is that as a result of your tangling in the hive?"
We just have a couple grudges to fulfill. Kind of look at Brawley. I'm curious. Obviously, you decided to take this meeting. Is there anything of particular interest that caught your eye in your prodding?
You've been here a number of days. And in that time, tangled with the general. Pissed off the general, and by the sounds of it, pissed off the mercy killers, pissed off the governors. Questions are being asked. You've been shaking a lot of trees. You've been pushing a lot of people. That makes you interesting to us. We're curious on what side you're looking for things to fall. What are you hoping to shake out of these trees?
Admittedly, we're always kind of looking for, well, there's a couple things, but immediately, the coin has made some pretty fucking strong enemies in us. Partially due to the events of happening yesterday, referencing one of our own being missing from here.
So simple revenge, then.
Not quite so simple, but it's a pretty strong element. I'm not gonna fucking lie.
We frankly want to take down the general. We don't like him. We think he is holding everyone back in this city. And he killed our friend, who we're trying to bring back, but not too easy in this land. So we're hoping that maybe we can pool together for a greater good.
Horace, to your side, is like, that's what I'm fucking talking about. Let's bring down the fucking general. I've been saying it for a long time. And he like looks up, and both of them kind of shoot him a glance, and he just kind of slinks back a little bit.
What were their like right off the hop and reactions as soon as Hondo said, take out the general?
Make an insight check.
Could I also do an insight check to see if anyone seems suspicious, like they may be a double agent?
Good.
I thought you meant suspicious of us, but you mean suspicious to you. Completely different thing.
What is it, insight, did you say?
Yep.
All right. So I'll 2 and plus 5, 7.
Oh no.
Based on your immediate kind of read, both of them are difficult to read. Both are very obviously kind of veiled in their response, and they're very controlled in their emotions, which you find heavily in contrast to Horace. But even with a 7, and surely with whatever Mary rolled,
29.
You very quickly gather they are surprisingly more controlled and like mentally like thoughtful than you may have anticipated the anarchist movement being, based on Horace. Horace seems to be more of not the outlier necessarily, but not directly representative of at least the leadership.
They're not the bunch of angsty teenagers having after school club who think they're gonna destroy the world, as you're kind of thinking.
At least not these two. Mary, what was your original insight question?
How they reacted to Hondo saying get rid of the general.
Kind of continuing that they're very veiled with their response, they're very controlled with their emotion. You don't see a big flare on either side, and it's definitely kind of overshadowed for the moment by Horace's kind of like immediate kind of jump to. Smiler smiles, and you can see this kind of creepy sensation. You see both sides of her mouth smile at the idea. So at the very least, you sense that she is on board with that. Phantom is just like nonplussed. But after they kind of shoot him down with a look, Phantom continues. It says, "That's a tall order, even for rebels like ourselves. Such actions could easily lead to, well, heavy repercussions. We're not against taking a risk. There has to be some chance at winning. To just take a straight shot at the general doesn't have a good track record.
A pretty good evidence of that. Like Hondo said, this isn't something we know we're just going to be able to walk in and do. And it's not something we expect. Like, no group of, regardless if it's a group of yourselves or a group of us, is just going to fucking walk in there, and we don't expect anyone to do that. We're still trying to figure out what the fuck we're going to be doing. However, from what we've seen, things seem to be building to a crescendo regardless of us taking action or not, of yourselves taking action or not. So the question is, if this is a time bomb, do you want to be the ones helping make the history or the ones watching it? Because history's fucking happening.
We care not for history. History is ever changing. There will be no end. What was history may repeat itself or may not. What comes tomorrow may be written down in tomes or may be forgotten the moment it happens. Maybe perhaps a nihilistic view, but a truthful one. What we do stand for, what I stand for, at least, is freedom. Freedom of choice. In truth, we don't particularly align with either lady or general. In truth, our aims will be more abolishing of both. Obviously, a taller order than even you propose. However, she kind of gestures to Phantom. Says, much of our discussion internally would lead to, should one force be eliminated, the other more powerful force will grow in power with no opposition. Perhaps there's something to be said for two forces equally powerful and equally fucking shit up on their own, allowing the freedom of the people in between.
But the problem with that is the people in the middle, they just get shit on. You people, you're all getting shit on by both sides. The general doesn't give a shit about you. Why would you want that power in your life?
You're not wrong. However, we've come to blows surprisingly few times. Now, obviously, we stand quite heavily against the general, and we stand quite heavily against the lady. But his ideology on freedom isn't so far-fetched. I'm not saying I would prefer him in charge of the city. I'm not saying I'm happy with the current state of orders. But I'm hearing less of a plan and more of hope, wanting.
Well, for one, I'd beware because it sounds like it's freedom for him and fuck everyone else. So we don't want to go down that route. I'm thinking to take him down, we need to scare him first. Our plan, we want to blow up targets around his territory. We want him to fear being at home. We want him to fear those around him. The walls are closing in.
Lean into Mary. Was that our plan? Did we talk about that?
Bit of embellishment. Not off target.
Phantom just kind of drifts into the center of this kind of group. Says, Perhaps if we have enough time, we could make him fearful. However, if you poke a bear will attack, the bear will bite. If the general attacks, he bites more than he does now. The people in the middle, they take it worse. The people responsible for making him fearful, that being us, certainly sees more heads on pikes than we care for.
You can't fear change. It's not going to be easy, but you can't fear it.
But we do
Listen.
not fear change. Change is inevitable. But it's
I've been
change in the
down
right
here.
direction.
Been down here a while. I've been with the Foundry. And the Crimson Coin have been stealing Godsmen, men, women, harassing them day by day. They've been moving into new factions. Just been rampant on this city, and the lady hasn't done diddly squat about it. What I want to do, sure, is kill the general. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get my vengeance. And from there, we're going to wipe the coin out. And if you want to keep this going, take it to the lady, that's your business. But if you want help getting rid of one half of this is what we're offering. I didn't really know about a slow plan with explosive bombs and a long play out of making a man afraid of his own house. What I'm proposing is we go in, we do the hard work, but you distract some of their ranks so that we can get in a little with less friction.
That is intriguing. Go ahead and make a persuasion check with advantage, thanks to Hondo. Kind of sitting.
You make a face. It cannot be any worse than mine.
Natural 20 for the first one.
Hey.
Let's get another one. Boom. Come on, boom. Get another one. That was 13. Natural 20. 28 for the total.
Jesus. You made a face because it wasn't the Valentine, 17 or whatever you add to it.
My skills ain't that good.
You can see a little kind of sway at the idea of less of putting themselves on the front line. And it's not so much like a fear that they will die or something, but more the death of the movement. Mary, you gather that you gather that there's no fear of their deaths. Even the fear of the deaths of their people, that's not what it is. It's more the fear of the death of the movement of change, the death of this hope for a better system, hope for finding a way together. Even though they are not opposed to dethroning either or, just opposed to the idea of going in guns blazing necessarily. However, at Boone's suggestion of kind of taking the fight in multiple places, pulling focus while you guys do the risk of taking on the general, there's a spark of kind of intrigue. You can see the winds kind of shifting in your direction, and you can kind of generally feel a buzz of a more chaotic energy begin to kind of fill Smiler specifically. But even Phantom is kind of more nodding along with the idea. Says, what is it you seek beyond revenge? Certainly you seek something. Revenge is one thing, but nobody charges in to such danger after only a number of days, even after losing someone they care for. We've all lost people. Why this? Why him?
She said it, and it kind of sticks for me too. It's a way out of here. I can't speak to where they want to go, but I got sucked here by accident. It was actually pretty intentional, but it was the only way out of a bad situation. But I'd like to leave.
There's a little bit more that the general might have that helps us with the situation back home. If this is something part and parcel, we can get that. We can get the fuck out. Fortunately, you understand why we might not necessarily be willing to tell you everything.
I'll
in
be
regards
honest,
to
though.
the specific things.
Sorry to cut you off, Mary. She's supposed to be the one leading this meeting, but
It doesn't give factors.
she was talking about best practices earlier. I don't know if it was like we could pass around an object or something, take turns while we talk. I just wanted to say I'm all about leaving places better than you found them. I don't want you to think that just because we want out, we're not in this for making it right. Because we see that it isn't right down here and things need to change. And I'd be more than willing to be the spark that sets this place on fire.
Phantom kind of nods along, says, perhaps there is some merit to Horace's hope for action. It's been some time since we truly sought change on a larger scale. Constantly seeking to put an end to the restrictions of freedoms of people, but on a smaller scale. It's been a long time. The movement has certainly stalled in a way. A spark may be what we need.
Perhaps, as I mentioned earlier, things are changing with or without you, with or without us. Things are moving, things are happening. Having some influence in that decision might, how things change coming out of this, you can perhaps try to bend them a little bit your way. Not only that, but there seems to be a different enthusiasm, maybe is the right way to say it, in this city in regards to potential change coming. You want to keep movement going, that's a hell of a lot of people to inspire your way.
I do like the idea of inspiring by action, inspiring in flame. It's clear for all to see. A little anarchy, perhaps the thing this city needs more than either leader. You're right.
You know, those
perhaps it could expand our operation.
You know, those mercy killers, they don't do shit. All they talk about is not doing anything, not upsetting the balance. This is what this city needs. Needs to be shaken up. Needs to be turned upside down, see what falls out.
It needs a revolution.
That it does, and it needs, in truth, well, no leadership. In truth, we need to dethrone both of our thoughts. We will not expect an answer from you in terms of bringing down the lady. However, if we're able to dethrone one, we could dethrone another.
Then let us show you how it's done.
Well, where do you suggest we start?
I guess that depends. You've mentioned you've been around here a very long time. You've seen the general come, I'm assuming?
I have. In my time, the general has, well, I have seen many generations of this city. I've been around for quite some time. I could say I'm quite knowledgeable. Indeed, I had seen his ilk rise from nothing and take its position amongst the hive, but there's something more. Certainly something more to him and the operation. We're in need of a way of destabilizing more than just his operation. I do, in fact, agree, oddly enough, with the idea of inciting some fear and worry within the general himself. If he is afraid, he will make a mistake. Mistakes can be exploited. I may provide you an in. But if you prefer to go the route of fire at the hole, that can be arranged.
With your resources, not entirely sure of their number. I guess that's one question. How much could your operation contribute in terms of numbers, regardless of whether it's pure feet on the ground or, ears in the streets? It's one question. The second would be, after facing the general himself, he's a hell of a figure to go up against. And any information we have or you can provide, anything we'd more than happily take. We've learned a few things. Mostly we've learned he's real fucking tough to keep down. Not sure if there's anything flying in the rumor mill as to the cause of that.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
That's only okay. Why do I keep looking? I know it's just a +1. So it's 15.
Not bad. You can see that there's an immediate kind of hesitancy to give away numbers, give away resources, give away even the information as to what it is they have, for obvious reasons.
Mm-hmm.
There's a protective nature to keeping the operation secret and silent. But Phantom kind of begins just kind of drifting around, and his invulnerability is certainly his greatest weapon. It's well known from his first moments here in the city. That was his shining armor. Nothing could put him down. Hardly anything made a dent. The only creature to even put a chink in the armor, so to speak, was the lady herself. And they have not since come to blows from one encounter. And then both moved opposite corners and have been in wait. But we do have information on their key components to a degree. Certain positions that may be painful should we strike there. Stash houses, particular figures of interest, some brothels and taverns that may break the morale should they suddenly find themselves out of business. And of course, information. The king. There's a stoneworker and architect in the area. A Genasi figure by the name of Slade, if I remember correctly. He's made quite a tidy profit from modifications done to the garrison house. He's been a figure of interest of ours for quite some time. We have no particulars on his whereabouts, however. He's likely seen the interior of the garrison house more than anybody other than the general himself. Likewise, there are some other figures of interest in the hive. Call themselves the Smiths, if we remember correctly. They are a thorn in his side. I see no reason for our troops to go in through the front gates alongside you. But we could hit the outer ring of his operation. Cause disturbance.
Perhaps just making it seem like you're trying to get through those front gates. Potentially make it seem like no one else has been able to get inside, because obviously this is where the fucking fight is.
I see those as two different operations. either striking at key components to the infrastructure of the coin or creating a diversion and distraction at the gate itself to draw focus while you sneak in through the back. Both would take... we would be unable to do both plans given our current resources Or perhaps the smiths could aid you in a frontal assault.
I had a question out of character. The Smiths, we heard that before, right? That was the group that was helping.
Yeah, a group that I think Hilda had mentioned.
Yeah.
As kind of figures of interest in the hive who seem to be along your aims.
Abandoned church.
Yeah.
Garrison, near the garrison house in the hive. A group called the Smiths.
The leader, we met the leader too, right? I think his name was Morrissey.
No.
I honestly, when it came up last time, was going to make a Smith's joke, and I resisted because Boone wouldn't make a Smith's joke. To die by your side. What a heavenly way to die.
If I mean, we don't know much about the Smiths, but it seems your group is likely the stealthier, the more discreet. Perhaps hitting them where it hurts could work in our favor. The question next, I guess, for the whole group here is timing.
I think also whatever attack we do, it has to be big. We can't attack one safe spot, we've got to attack all of them. We can't attack one comfort place, we got to attack all of them. We got to do it at once, a real shock job.
I agree. In fact, actually, that is precisely what I would do. A little bit of misdirection, a little bit of mischief, but if you do it all at once, it creates chaos, and chaos reigns. Things get interesting, and to the point of fear, the general could easily make some mistakes that you may exploit should his focus be elsewhere. And it is true that is where my and our collective skill set resides best. In misdirection and in keeping some to the shadow. Though, which kind of looks at Horus, much of the rabble love the idea of a bold rush to the front. They may find that purpose in amongst the fighting that is sure to happen at these strike points. But you need not worry about that.
Well, in terms of timing, we could try and go find this Slade fella. See if we could get a little honest conversation with him. Learn more about this compound. And once we had those details, we could start our fire. You said you don't really particularly know where he is. You know what ward he's in?
I can't say I do. I have to imagine, or lower ward, but he's made it quite a tidy sum. Could easily reside in the clerk's ward, somewhere comfy.
What about, you mentioned one of these comfort houses. We could go there. I bet maybe he frequents them, see if any have any leads.
Certainly possible.
You know of any? Ring any bells that we could hit up after this?
There are three particulars that are in the employ of the general, catering very well to the coin and their many cohorts. You'd find Fallen Angels, a brothel and inn in the lower ward. The Hornet's Nest in the Hive. And of course, the Victor's Crown, a den of gambling and certainly whoring and drinking. All three regular patrons, being the coin and any associated acts. Certainly possible Slade could be amongst them. However, if he's looking to try and keep his association with the coin discreet, he may very well keep himself far, far away from there.
Victor's Crown. Was that one in the Hive as well?
It was in the lower ward. The hive is the hornet's nest in the hive, fallen angels and victor's crown.
Got it.
Reside in the room.
Seems like we have
Well,
a hell of a lot to do and not a fuck ton of time to do it.
You guys mentioned you got to go quick, so we could use the rest of this net to try and find that out.
Problem is there, it's a little tricky getting around if we don't know where the fuck we're going. We've gotten a little more comfortable hopping with magic than we're used to being here.
DM, what ward are we in right now for the sewer thing?
Market.
Is that near the lower ward?
Like directly.
Nope, opposite end of town.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like we just spent a couple days like going across the whole going across the whole city to maybe find some information. I don't love the idea of doing that again. Our other options here are try to find the Slade guy who's been in, try to find the Smiths. Like that might be something if we can try to make contact earlier than later. They seem like they're relatively knowledgeable about at least the hive, right, Kyle?
The Smiths would be.
Yeah.
They're in the hive.
And we already know they have a contact with what's his fuck we have to figure out. Oh yeah, speaking of hitting them where the Callip guy.
I don't know if they're I don't know if they're in contact though, or else.
No. But I mean, that's we talked about getting in touch with them to try to get him out of there or something like that. They might have more information about where he is.
That was
so we kind of already.
That was more what it was implied is that they have seemingly had eyes on Garrison House for a longer period of time that Hilda at least knew about.
And the Smiths, do we know where they operate out of?
You knew
in terms of board.
You knew there was an abandoned church in the hive that seemed to
that's
be
what that was. Okay.
Where they've operated out of. At least that's where Hilda encountered them.
As much as this Slade fella seems like he might have some information, if we have to pick one thing to try to figure out sooner than later, at least we have a lead to try to get a hold of the Smiths. I don't love the idea of spinning our tails, taking a whole day to walk across the city and back to maybe find something out.
Phantom kind of like interrupts you for a moment and says, my skill set does kind of leave me in a good position to seek out people and make them tell me certain things, or at the very least, make them go where I want them to go. I could set up, if I could find him, I could coerce him into giving you the information you need. However, it would just take me out of commission for the next couple of days. But I can get you the information you need. Smiler could take over the coordination of these strikes.
Trying to think if... sorry.
Very, very quickly, just interjects. And of course, if we are to do this, timing, as you say, is of the essence. What will your signal be?
Do we want to set a fire somewhere?
I believe we have to be setting the fires.
Aren't you buying a shitload of dynamite?
Well, I mean, do you have access to dynamite?
You bought 4 sticks of dynamite.
That won't be enough. And that's for very precision strikes that I was going to use on the general himself. So
while we fight hand-to-hand combat with that man, you're going to ignite dynamite on him? Sorry, this is for another time. Let's focus back on these two. You guys, by the way, don't have any magic that can help you find someone? Some sort of like object, so like a sphere of some kind that could cast the spell. Find
You're-
person, find
Are you-
creature.
Are you asking that of Smiler and Phantom or of your own group?
No, we have
This group seems to
technically-
have a lot of items.
We technically have a way to do that. However, it is a distance thing, is what I'm concerned about. If we don't know what ward to start in, that's my problem. We can't like cast it and expect it to go across the whole city to try to figure out where the fuck to go. Because I did think about that. But we need to know somewhere to start. There's also something to think about out of game. If Phantom can extract information from someone, is there anyone else that comes to mind? There isn't to me, but it's something to keep in mind if there's another figure we could use that with. It doesn't have to be the Slade fellow. Obviously, it seems like that's someone who might have a lot of information. He said it was going to take a couple days to do that.
Rough estimate. It's got to find him.
To even
Same
get
as you.
information to try to figure out what the fuck we're doing here.
It's got to find him, same as you.
Okay.
So it could be a couple hours. Could be a few days.
Right. We're talking about now, remind me, they just asked, like, how will you let us know when it's time, essentially? How much prep time do you need?
Prep time, well.
In
depends on
terms
how
of,
big
us
a
letting you
message
know
you're looking-
it's going to happen, and then getting to, yep, we're fucking knocking on the doors.
That's what these planning sessions are about. If you'd like, you knock on the door and the explosions happen a second later, or you want to give us the go and then you go, we could be on site, ready to go, or we could move into position within a couple of minutes or hours. It's quite a wide variety of option here. It also depends on which points you want to hit. We have our suggestions, but if there's any particulars that you're seeking.
I think if there was a way to get a visual perspective on where these places might be in relation to the garrison house, that might help us make our decision. Nothing too close. We don't want to draw a bunch of forces to something that's right where we're going to be in the wheelhouse of. But at the same time, something a little too far away, and they might not actually draw those forces.
As you guys are having this discussion, there's Mary, Hondo, and Gord. The three of you, from the monotony of this conversation that's been going on for a minute, there's a particular sound that catches all of your ear. It's this kind of like metal hit against stone. This kind of shift. Coming from the direction of where you entered into this kind of area. And as like the conversation continues, you catch that, Mary, as you're kind of just finishing what you were saying, and you catch that both Phantom and Smiler have the same kind of reaction. However, your focus kind of draws in this area. However, it's not what you see coming from there that draws your focus again. Coming through the stone, directly across from you guys, across like the break of the sewer itself, watching as the stone itself like liquefies in about a 5-foot space and begins to kind of extrude and become like a humanoid form. You watch as it kind of shifts, and you see an alien-looking figure, one of the Devas that you've seen kind of following you. Hands kind of push through, and as the kind of the like almost liquefied like Play-Doh like of the stone like melds away and returns back to the wall, and it drifts forward. It looks across at your group, and you watch as an image appears in between, like it has these kind of horns that kind of just like come up from the here and then just shoot straight up, and these kind of little thin points. There's kind of the drift of this white hair, and this image appears in between the horns, and you can see the image of the Mercy Killer's symbol, and it kind of like there's like this kind of minor illusion, as you have all seen, this kind of hologram like illusion. There's a moment of the symbol and it kind of fades away and dashes, and then just the symbol, like just a flame and shackles, and it dashes and then just begins to drift back into the stone as you hear more and more sounds of like armor and boot coming from the direction of where you came in.
That was a warning.
The Mercy Killers are here. Everyone, arm up.
No, we get the fuck out of here. We're not fighting the Mercy Killers. Let's get out of here.
They can't know.
Fuck that guy. I'm getting out of here. You guys coming with me?
I will fight.
Them wanting anything is not going to fucking help us here. Is there a way out, is the question, Kyle, that we know of? Is there multiple directions?
You guys have only come in through one direction thus far, and so
Smiler,
far the four like ends of this crossroads area end in those kind of grates between the sewers.
Smiler, Horace, can you lead us out of here? We can't melt away like Phantom.
Phantom is in the process of like drifting away.
Or Horace,
Smiler looks at you all and says, I suppose this is a bit of a test. Find your way out, find us again. And she just fades into like this gaseous form and just begins to kind of drift away. Horace kind of like looks up at you guys. Just, I don't have anything. Kind of let's go deeper and let's move away from the noise. Go deeper into the sewers. There's just like caps of stone. You'd have to go into the sewer itself and go through the grates.
We ain't doing that.
Can we pick up the grates and get out of here? I'll go to one of the grates, fucking rush over to it and try and break it open.
I'm gonna yell.
I will do the same.
Don't fucking yell.
I'm gonna need
Show yourself.
Well, it doesn't matter, I guess, if he yells that. So.
Oh, fuck.
I'm still working on this grate, though.
Okay.
I'm trying to lift up a thing, too.
Are you guys going to go to the same grate or going to go to two different ones?
So can you describe for one sec? We're in the middle of this tube, if you will.
So, yeah. You are in a crossroads. I don't know if this camera is...
Maybe if there's some sort of like visual representation in a 3D environment.
I don't know if this is set up to point at the right thing.
Yeah, it's pointing down.
So... Let's change the lights a little so you can see better. Let's go with... Sure. So, you guys would be positioned kind of right in this area here, this kind of open area. This area here was the point that you guys had come through. So at the ends of each of these points, there are the grates in the ground. So you can go, basically, if you go east and south are two options that would be away from the point of the entry that you guys have come down in. But you're only going to have basically one action here before Hondo calls out and these guys are approaching fast.
Do you want me to try and help you move one?
Could we be put on the map? Is that okay? Just to see where we are? Or can you just point to where we are again?
Yeah, I'll put you guys on the map. Let's actually take 5 minutes here so I can get this properly set up.
Okay.
We can do a quick bathroom break and all that jazz. And we'll come back in like 5-10 minutes. Break. This is your current positioning. So this is like the group, all of you talking. In the top right, where you can see that kind of like labyrinth little passageways, that's the entryway that you came in through. Directly across in the upper left corner is Chef's little spot. And then you guys are all in the kind of bottom left corner. There's a section, like a room to the bottom right that you haven't really entered, though you've seen because you've come in through basically across from it. And basically at the ends of each of the pathways of sewage, there are those grates. So there's one basically at all the cardinal directions of the compass. And there's obviously those 3 little platforms to cross those areas that you can see on the board. Boone and Alana, you guys were in the process of making your way towards 1 or 2 of the grates to try and push through and like break or lift to pass through. Is that still the plan, and which ones are you going to?
Do you want me to help you grab one? That way we can get it faster?
Sure. Can we see this person in the direct north of us? Should we see the beginnings of this person?
That's Chef. At this point, you can't see him because there's like technically a wall here, but you've been in there, so like you know at the very least he's there. So it's giving you a point of direction. But in the upper right, you currently don't have line of sight on any figures. However, you can hear them growing steadily faster in that upper right section. As you guys have this moment, and Hondo calls out to them.
I forgot about this part.
I want to see what you guys are going to try, and we're probably going to have to roll initiative.
I said I was going to try and rush to that gate, so Boone would be rushing probably to that gate just north of us. And then...
So the one to the west.
Yes. Oh, I see. Is it, sorry, right against that wall there?
Yeah, so if you went... this is going to be Boone to go to this one.
Yeah.
So you will have to go into the sewage.
That's kind of gross, but I'll do it.
And nope, you are fine as you do that. Mistaken. And Allie, are you going to follow Boone, or are you going to try to go to like this one in the south or up in the north?
My instinct would probably be follow him to help him get it.
Okay. Alana, as you jump into this kind of sewage alongside Boone, and you guys begin to make your way down this kind of path, it comes up to like to your neck, like it's a couple of feet. Not that you can't, there's ground, you can feel ground, and you can, it's just fucking disgusting. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Boone, you're fine.
Add +3 to this roll, by the way, if you're within 10 feet of me.
I rolled altogether with my Constitution 18.
Okay.
So then 21. With the 3.
You jump in, and it's disgusting. However, there seems to be no adverse effects beyond that. As either one of you can make a strength check, or both of you can make strength checks individually, or one with advantage.
Let's do them in both individual. We're both strong.
Sure.
Strength checks.
Yeah, just straight strength check.
16.
As well.
Okay. Both of you dig deep, and Alana unfortunately have to to get to the base to try and grab hold. You have to dunk down and reach both your hands, have to reach down to try and grab the bottom of this grate to try and lift up and see if you can't just kind of lift it up and over your heads. And it's specifically dug into a wedge in the ground. So trying to find a place for your hands to hold is really, really difficult. And even between the two of you, you just your hands are slipping too much to try and grab hold, but you get hold at one point, and together you're able to kind of lift it up an inch. You can feel there's move, but it doesn't fully lift up yet, and really kind of sinks back into the position right now. It's going to be very heavy. and to hold it open is going to be a challenge, but it's doable. It's absolutely doable. That is what you guys attempt. As I need everyone to roll initiative.
Let's go.
As both of your cohorts from the anarchists kind of drift out of sight. Hondo taking position to call out.
I have +1 to initiative.
25 to
Dexy boy.
20.
Not a Dexy boy.
I rolled a natural 20, so 21.
Ooh.
I know.
Your first ever initiative 20, I
My
think.
first ever.
What'd you get, Kev? You had to have rolled high.
25, 13, and 12.
There you
Jesus
go.
Christ.
Okay. 20 to 15.
I got, let me just check, I think 15 straight on. Yep, 15.
Okay.
Guys, where you at?
Mary and Gord.
14.
Okay.
Gord, Mary at the bottom.
Been at the bottom of initiative more and more lately. It's really strange. I'm not used to being at the end.
Okay. As things kick off, currently still no sign of your pursuers or whoever these figures are to be. Hondo, what do you do? How do you prepare?
Has he already shouted?
He has shouted before, like as initiative broke out. You call out this challenge.
And what did you say, just to be specific? Do you remember?
I think I yelled, "Show yourself!" Right?
Oh, yeah, that was it. Yeah.
So where am I? Sorry.
You are. Let's see. This is Hondo here. This is Gord,
Okay.
Mary, Horace, and then Boone and Alana.
So I'm gonna go into the middle area. And I'm going to yell, "Show your face or I will take it from you."
Are you trying to make like an intimidation check?
Yeah.
Or- Okay, go ahead. As your action, go ahead and make an intimidation.
Kind of cool.
So 9
Okay.
and intimidation +7, so 16.
You take a 10 on this, by the way? Just, is it one of those tricky things?
No.
Okay.
Half proficiency.
You call out and your voice rings out and you can hear no direct response, but as you get closer now, the sound of 2, 3, 4, possibly 5 full sets of heavy plate armor, like stomping, rushing down, approaching directly across from you in that kind of tunnel area. At this point, Hondo, you can see the first sign of a figure about to come out. And the one thing you note is the armor, even in this dim light where there's a couple of torches lit about the space, that's all you can see. The armor is pure red. It is a full helm and large tower shield adorned with spikes and symbols of the Mercy Killers. Indeed, a crimson tabard hangs out over the front of the chest and back, and these large heavy pauldrons and gauntlets bearing this kind of gleaming sword is rushing forward.
Can I take an attack?
You use your action to intimidate, unfortunately.
Oh shit. So it's only bonus action I'm on right now, right?
You've got a bonus and you've used 30 feet of your movement now, so
Okay. So maybe I'll set a wall of water.
it's an action,
Was that-
unfortunately.
Damn. Okay, well,
You could hide in the river of shit.
absolutely not. I'll pull back behind this corner.
Okay, so you're going to use your bonus action to dash and move back. How far back can you move?
Just 10 there, right there, yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Hondo ends his turn there. That takes us to Alana.
Okay, I'm still there, so I'm gonna try and lift it up again,
Okay, yeah.
if I may.
Go ahead and make a strength check.
Okay. 18.
18. Again, like as Boone kind of comes up and like pulls himself up out of the sewage, you dive back down and plant your feet heavy, shove your fingers and your hands down under beneath, and begin to kind of lift and just like full like deadlift this heavy gate just on your own at this point. And you can feel it's moving, but not enough just yet. You've got like your hands on it. I would give Boone advantage now that you've got a handhold beneath. Boone will have advantage to help like lift at this point, but you've only got it up like a couple of inches.
Okay.
But that is your action to try and like grab hold, and now you're like holding on, and you can feel this very heavy weight kind of pulling back down on you.
Yeah.
So that is your action.
That's my action, and since it's pretty heavy, and I'm like, oh god, why? Oh, can I rage?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, you can.
Making me angry.
That is going to end Alana's turn. Horus rolled relatively high. And Horus is going to look back to Gord and Mary, and then over across to Hondo as well, and say, "Are we running? Are we fighting? What are we doing?"
We're fighting, of course.
You got it.
Ready.
Oh, fuck.
Let's see who can take the most heads.
Jumps across here, and you watch as Horus leaps across and begins like the bullfrog like kind of like sack in the front of his throat begins to kind of swell as he kind of rises his like head up high with like this sack slowly growing with something aimed towards that entry point. That's going to end his turn. Take us to our foes. As this first figure strides through, he has to make a dexterity saving throw. Thanks to Horus. That he fails. So this first guy gets a dousing of acid as Horus unleashes this acid glob spit that slams into the shield of this figure, and it kind of splatters down on the boots, and you can see it kind of sizzling away at this first guy, who immediately kind of turns in his direction and just like begins just full charging him. A voice from behind this first guy calls out and says, "In the name of the law, every one of you is under arrest. Throw down your arms into these sewer grates. Stand down." They continue to move forward.
Is this a joke?
You can all turn and see several of these full red-plated Mercy Killer figures moving into the space. The one directly across from Horus is going to kind of, you see like golden light begin to kind of glow at the center of the shield, and it begins to sizzle and burn away the acid, and it fires forth this golden light. Horus. 15 just hits, unfortunately. Horus is going to suffer some damage. Oof. You guys watch as Horus gets hit hard as he finishes like spitting this acid bile. This golden like arrow just like flies forth from the shield and slams into him, and you can see the golden light kind of cascade and cling to him. He's just like a beacon of light right now. As Horus takes a big hit. That's that first guy's action. That's as far as he can go. The other two are going to use their action just to dash. So he's going to get right up on Hondo. See if he jumps across.
Oh boy.
Yep. Able to jump across there and just get on this like wooden bridge as these other two kind of just get in across using their full action to like dash in here. That's going to end their first round as they call for your cease, drop your weapons. Takes us to Boone.
Oh, God.
Covered in shit.
Oh, yeah.
Because of you. Where is Hondo right there? Is he just...
Hondo is in the face of one of these individuals.
And
Right in the
Hondo
middle of that.
screamed, "Show yourselves, we'll cut off your fucking heads." Stuff like that. Boone will just like turn to Miss Brawley and be like, I think this isn't gonna end up turning into a fight. And then he'll just like let go of the grate, and then he'll take out his glaive, and as he does so, the like mask will appear, just like a little like jade flickering with like the like horns and like the fangs, and he'll turn around and start marching towards this mercy killer.
Okay. Climbing up and back out here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
30, great. Let me just check one thing. That spell. Great. Is he within, how many feet is that? 15 of that guy?
You're 20 to the closest guy.
20?
Yeah.
Okay. And then those two like white things around them there, that's like, those are other baddies, right?
Yeah, they're all the same looking figure. I just don't have 5 of the same mini.
I can't, as a bonus action, go a step further. That would have to be my action, right?
That's right. Yep.
Okay. I will just like twirl the glaive and be like, I'll hold my action to attack if he gets closer.
Okay.
And I'll just like shout out at him. You don't want to be down here. That's it.
Okay. You, with this Oni mask on, attempt to kind of intimidate and prepare for an onslaught. As we go to Gord, Mary on deck.
Just want to do a perception check to better understand what these guys are.
Sure, go ahead.
Twelve.
Okay. You recall seeing these figures earlier today. They descended the steps of the prison in the ladies' ward, and you watch there's a big kind of fanfare to them leaving, and as they were lauded as authorities within the Mercy Killer organization. These are no simple Mercy Killers. You've heard the name Justiciars? These are the red Justiciars of the Mercy Killers. Some higher ranking, perhaps not leadership, but strike force. They left early this morning when you were traveling through the ladies' ward to head to the lowers' ward on a mission of some kind, and it seems this is where it ended. It's hard to tell from your initial perspective here whether you were the initial target or the anarchist meat was simply the target, or you're not sure if they followed you, Horace, or the other two, or if this is just poor coincidence on your part. But they are certainly calling for your arrest currently. What do you
I shall try true polymorph.
What are you going to polymorph into? Keeping in mind, ceiling height in here is about like 10, 12 feet.
Well, I guess what I'm wondering is, can I use it to turn something else into something?
Yep.
Or does it have to be on myself?
No, if you use it on somebody else, they have a wisdom save versus your spell save DC, the same as like the regular polymorph spell. But yeah, you can absolutely do it. I think it's concentration to maintain on somebody else, and the same, it'd be concentration to maintain on yourself. But,
Yep.
Oh,
I'm gonna try that then.
what are you gonna try and
What are you-
turn, and who? Are you
What are you
try
gonna
and
make
turn
them into?
A cute little bunny.
Oh, it's so cute.
Who are you gonna target?
Probably, I guess the closest guy right there in front of me.
Yeah.
You got it. Coming up.
Oh my god, what's your save DC, Brock?
A lot.
22.
That is a 19, but still a failure.
Yes. Pop.
Gord keeps his concentration. This guy just is a bunny now. That's his life. A bunny that lives in the sewers.
If Gord keeps this for an hour, I think he's trapped as a bunny.
That's what I mean, yeah. If he hangs on to it, that's it. There's no popping back after an hour. That's just
So
his
as-
life now.
As Spoon says, you don't want to be down here. He just turns into a bunny instantly.
And then as a bonus, I shall cast Herald of Death.
Oof. Yeah, this is getting very spooky down here for these people.
Sorry, I had to find my little bunny miniature.
Oh, it's great. So precious.
This guy directly before you just suddenly devolves into a tiny little bunny. That is your action. Are you staying there, or what are you doing?
Did you? Oh, maybe you didn't hear. He said he popped. What's it called, Gord?
Herald of Death.
Oh, okay. Good to know. That doesn't change anything ultimately with the people around you. I think they're still too far away. Are you moving anywhere, or is that the end of your turn?
No, I'll just stay there.
You got it. Mary, where do you? Hondo on deck.
Alright. Everything's going to shit real fast. As a dude like pops, actually, let's work out in my favor, turns into a rabbit. I can see the guy who first came out, right? Kind of over its head.
Yep.
The guy who yelled out, like, drop your arms.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just take up my bow and say, yeah, you first. And I'm going to try to use disarming strike to get him to drop that shield into the pile of shit in front of him.
Drop his shield?
The shield did something, right?
Yeah, that's where it seemed this like golden light came from.
Yeah, I'll try the shield first.
You got it.
First
You got
attack.
to hit first. But...
Yeah, first attack's a 17 plus a lot.
Yep, you hit.
Okay, and yeah, I'll try to make it disarming. I'm sure they're strong, so it might not work.
Yeah, that is a 24.
Oof.
Oof.
That's not gonna. Just a second, I gotta get my D8. Where the fuck is my D8? There it is. Okay. Oh, wow. That's good damage. That is 14 plus 20 total
20 total, okay.
on the first one.
That you strike at the kind of the inside of the gauntlet, like in the forearm, on the interior of the forearm, and you watch as it kind of spins him for a minute as he kind of switches hands. The blade and the shield switch hands, so he can hold the shield up towards you to kind of protect himself a little bit better.
Okay, I'll shoot him again.
Go ahead.
Ooh, that might not hit. That was only a 2 on the dice. Plus 12, so probably not. 14's not going to hit him.
A 14 does not hit as he switches the shield to face you. It pings off the front of the shield with no effect.
Okay, and the third one will definitely hit. It was a natural 15.
Sure, yeah. Go ahead.
I'll try another drop. I guess I'll do it on the sword this time.
Okay.
If that's the only one I can see.
Yeah, I mean, you can only target or the only weapon?
Well, he switched hands, and so that sword is presumably the one that's over the pile of crap now.
No, you're absolutely right. I was just, there's the guy in front of Honda that you can also see. I wasn't sure if you could see that.
Oh, I understand. Okay.
You can go ahead and make your attack, or you made your attack.
Yeah, the damage is really good.
Strength save of 22.
Oh, it still probably beats it. Yeah. Fuck.
Sorry.
Okay.
They are strong.
Fine. Yeah, I shouldn't have tried that. I shouldn't have wasted my dice.
Damage?
23.
23 points.
There's no one. Yeah, none of our people in melee, so no sneak. Yeah.
You can see already, this guy's taken a couple attacks from you. He took a little bit of acid from Horus. You're starting to look hurt. You've caught the chinks in the armor. They're not super invulnerable. But they've got significant kind of firepower and weight to them. He's not dead yet.
Yeah.
What's your action?
Yeah, I haven't moved yet. I'll fuck, that might be our way out. Here, they're all kind of moving in. I'll start moving north.
Yep, okay.
I can't really see the squares on my screen, so you're gonna have to.
20 feet is there.
Okay, I'll dash to get across the bridge.
Okay.
Kind of behind Horus. Use my bonus action to dash.
Okay.
I'm
gonna stay right behind Horus.
Move me back 1 square, but yeah.
Okay.
I just want to, in case this guy has some kind of reach. Yes, I will stay there for now.
Okay.
Yeah, just looking around. Yep, just trying to figure out what the fuck we do next.
You got it. At the top of the round, you hear the not the same guy at the front there, but one of the ones in the back shout out, "Anarchist scum, this is your end." As Hondo, you take your turn.
All right. So there's a guy right in front of me, right?
Right on top of you.
All right. So I will take Whisper and I will go right for the vulnerable area, unarmored.
Go ahead, make your attack roll.
When Honda says vulnerable area, why do I immediately think crotch?
Think butt or crotch.
It does have a big tower shield, so it's kind of covering that area. However, Honda's pretty nimble.
He'll find a way.
Yeah.
So 15 and 14.
Yes,
29.
Definitely hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
I don't
You are
get-
1v1ing this guy, so you do get sneak attack
Oh, yeah.
for being a pirate.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 1, 2, 3. All right, that's my total plus 8. 27 and 8, 35.
35. Okay. As you strike and you do kind of get behind the shield and you strike through and you get kind of in that upper thigh area right between a series of plates going for a central artery. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, okay.
Uh-oh. You are not within 10 feet of me.
No.
16.
That's pretty good.
Okay.
And wisdom save is +3, 19.
You watch as you strike, and you can hear the grunt of pain from beneath the helm. This like kind of like flare of energy, and this like you can't see eyes within the slit eye holes of this kind of like barricade helm. But you watch it kind of flare with this red energy, and you feel for a moment on both your wrists these kind of like bracers or chains begin to kind of wrap around as you kind of rip your hand back and like kind of reset your stance and find yourself safe. And the energy kind of breaks and fades. That's your action. Continue your turn.
I will use Frostbite now.
Go
to
ahead.
cool him down.
Go ahead and make your attack roll.
So 10. And I think Frostbite is 8, but I will double check. Yes, it's +11 actually.
21 just hits.
And with that one, it's just 2d6 +5. I get the 2, like it says 1d6 +5, and then it notes it's a cold 1d6. Is that?
Yep. Yeah, you can roll 2d6, add 5.
All right.
Yes, sir.
So total is pretty damn good. 11
Nice. Wow, 16.
and +5, 16.
That's awesome. Okay, yeah, I mean, very quickly you get through the defenses and you're able to kind of cut this guy down. You can see and you can feel the wounds they're bleeding. He looks hurt, but not out yet. That's for sure. That is your action. Bonus action. Are you going to stay there?
No, I would like. Can I move with, or will I take an attack of opportunity?
It seems he used his reaction to attempt this
Yeah.
thing on you already.
All right.
Likely
all right.
move.
I will move.
Yeah.
I will move to the side.
Like over here.
Yeah, and maybe back a bit too. Yeah.
Go ahead and just make a straight acrobatics check for me.
Okay.
As you have to basically make a standing leap to go from your position across. Yeah.
15 and acrobatics is 11, 21, 6.
You are good to go. As a standing leap, you kind of like do a flip, land, kind of pirouette back, kind of take your position back beside Gord. That is going to end Hondo's turn, I believe. That's everything you can do.
Yep.
Takes to Alana.
Okay, so just saw Boone just be like, okay, we're gonna go fight now. So she just kind of goes, oh, fine, drops the gate. And then I'll start making my way to where Boone went and attack.
Let's see. You can go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You could get up beside him.
Okay.
And then you have no one in melee, however, you can throw your weapon.
Okay.
The closest guy is 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 feet away from you. I think that's your range, but I'm not sure what the range offhand of what your hammer is.
Let me just pull it up. Do 5? No, that can't be right.
Should have a.
It just says range 5, 5.
Okay, let's see. Might be in the description.
It's 20 and then long range 60.
There you go. So.
Oh, where does it say that?
I just like had to click it and keep reading through it.
Yeah, it's in the first paragraph, like bullet point. It has a thrown property with a normal range of 20 feet and a long range of 60 feet. So he's outside of the normal range, so you can still hit, but you have to roll a disadvantage.
Okay. Oh, I rolled a 1.
Yeah.
That's the worst.
Like you go to throw, and your hand and the hammer are both still slick from your adventures in the sewer, and unfortunately, it just like falls and like slips out of your hand before returning back to your hand. You catch it again, and you can make your second attack if you wish.
Okay, this time around, I was thinking, can I do my new thing I have?
Oh shit!
Which thing do you want to try?
The avatar.
You want to go avatar form?
Yeah.
The
if I
storm
could.
avatar. Absolutely. What does it look
Storm
like?
avatar. Okay, so super mad. Storm avatar comes out, and everything is blue, glowing blue around me. And I channel this like you see this like goat almost appear like this, and then it disappears, and then my eyes are blue.
Oh, so cool! So
Yeah.
cool.
That's awesome.
And
Yeah.
my
picture a
belt
lot of-
glows, and because it's from my belt glows, so it's got the sparkle with it too.
Yeah, I picture a lot of crackling.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as a bonus action, you just the storm avatar, and you actually like you feel yourself just like lift almost lift from the ground, like you are now weightless almost, with the strength of the storm just bursting through you. The hammer like almost begins to kind of spark in tune with the belt. This lightning just like ready for action. You have your second attack.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
I will try again.
Okay, go ahead.
Am I still at disadvantage?
You are, just because of the range, so yes, unfortunately.
Okay.
Allie, just something to keep in mind with when you're in this form,
Yeah.
you can turn one of your attacks into a bolt of lightning that has a range of 60 feet.
Oof. Okay.
Not necessarily for this turn specifically, but like,
Yeah.
that's cool as fuck.
That is cool. Oh, that's gonna come in handy too.
Once per
Unfortunately,
turn?
I got a 4.
Once per attack, yeah. That's part of an attack action. You can, instead of making 2 attacks, you can choose to make one of them or both of them, one of your attacks, a bolt of lightning at you throw.
That's dope.
4 plus what?
No, I rolled a 4, like to make my attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, what are you adding? What are you adding to your attack? It might be enough.
Yeah, fuck these guys. What do you add
Yeah.
to this? Let's
Yeah,
see.
Stormbreaker's
Stormbreaker's 14. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
An 18 does not hit, unfortunately.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
As you throw, like the lightning bursts and kind of sizzles away the remaining like sewage that is like clinging to the hammer and clinging to your hand. However, as you throw, the you connect, but this Justiciar brings up the shield and like fully protects, and it slams into the shield, and you hear it kind of thunderously like kind of roar as it pulls back into you. You can see he's pushed back against the wall, but holds firm. Unfortunately, not dealing any damage. But you did activate your storm avatar.
Yeah.
Getting used to your powers. Getting used to your powers.
I can use my powers. I'm so
So-
excited.
That is your action, bonus action movement. That's the whole 9. That is the end of your turn.
Yeah.
Horus is up. Horus is going to draw his short bow and shoot this guy.
Brave little fucker. He's gonna get himself killed.
He does hit. He does not get sneak attack and deals 5 points of damage.
Oh man, you go, buddy.
He is then going to run away.
Yeah.
And just kind of like just kind of ducks back into the room in there. As he just like scampers between Mary, your legs. He shoots and then just kind of runs and slides beneath your legs and just like runs around and hides behind in the next room. That is going to end his turn and take us to the Justiciars. Now, all getting a turn in this round. Let's see. Bunny, stops a little bit and looks very confused. This guy is just going to go.
Do I get attack of opportunity?
He gets up with you, so no, unfortunately, he doesn't leave your range. And try and make that leap. That's going to be an athletics check. Yeah, he succeeds. Awesome. Okay, so one guy leaps and is going to make 3 attacks against Mary. One guy gets up on Gord and Hondo and is going to make 3 attacks between the two of you. This guy makes it across, but does not have any further movement to get to the rest of you. So both of them are going to attempt to do something different. This guy.
Is that close one within 10 feet of Boone?
Yes.
So my attack will trigger then. But you do yours and I can do mine.
You were holding for range, right?
Yeah, holding an attack.
Yes. So
With the glaive.
Sorry. This guy actually moved through your attack range.
I'll take him.
Because this guy is 15.
Yeah, I'll take that south dude then. That's cool.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack at him.
Let's do it.
As I make 3 attacks against Mary. The first one, as he leaps over, he brings the tower shield down to like strike at your head, like goes for a straight, just like trying to discombobulate you. That is going to be a 19 to hit.
Nope.
As he brings down, you kind of just dodge out of the way. It's just missing by an inch. And then he just brings the long sword that you can see is kind of gleaming with this faint kind of golden light. Brings it for 2 slashes across you. The first is going to be 21.
Nope.
The second.
Oh, wait.
You
No,
don't
it
have
would
your-
because I did not use my bonus action to pull up the shield. So yes,
Yeah.
it would hit me.
You don't have special shield up.
Kind of forgot about that.
So that one hits. The other one is only a 15 to hit. So only the second strike technically hits. So you suffer. Wow. You suffer 13 points of slashing damage and an additional 8 points of radiant damage.
Ooh.
On that, as Boone, what was your hit?
For all that, it was a 2.
Oh,
2 plus 10.
unfortunately.
So don't worry about it.
You go to strike, and it just he manages to just full on use the shield and parry the tip of regrets as he then rushes forward to Hondo and Gord. Using the shield is going to attempt to stun Hondo. Hondo, I'm trying to hit you.
No.
Hits you for not great. 18 to hit Hondo.
No. I think it's 19. So nope.
Brings the shield up again, just going for the head, and you put your hands off in front of it, and you just kind of catch it, and kind of push off, not taking the brunt of the hit. However, he's then going to strike once at you with his longsword and once at Gord. Okay. To hit Hondo is a 21, and to hit Gord is a 20.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so to Hondo here, that is going to be 8 points of slashing and 7 points of radiant for 15 total to you, Hondo.
Okay.
Against Gord, that is going to be 13 points of slashing and 12 points of radiant for a total of 25. Gord, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. DC of 12.
3.
Unfortunately, the
Can I use
polymorph.
luck though?
Yes, you can. That's a good moment to use luck.
No, what is it?
4.
These lucks always fuck you like this on these ones.
Let's try one more.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh my god. Come on, 5. Come on, 5.
Yes, 15.
15 is a success. You feel the first bits of your spell begin to fizzle, but you get this just like reassurance. These two like kind of warm hands just like calming you and like reassuring as the Raven Queen's kind of presence just ushers you forward to maintain that hold. As you're trying to like do this kind of like, this non-violent resolution, she's like encouraging. That is going to be that guy's action, and Gord succeeds that. These two guys are going to attempt to use spells. The guy closest to you guys is going to cast Bane. I need what's the range? Up to 3 creatures, 30 feet. It's pretty much everybody. I need Boone, Alley, and Mary to make charisma saving throws.
Oh no. Okay,
30.
can I use Indomitable?
Yes,
Yeah.
you can.
Okay.
You get +3 to this as well. What were your two?
Doesn't matter. First one was 3. And then this one's a 5, but -1. And then +3. So it doesn't matter.
No, unfortunately,
Okay.
you are Baned and Mary.
16.
16 just succeeds.
Whew.
Are you within? Yeah, it doesn't matter.
She is not within your range, but she succeeded all the
She's
same.
all good.
So that's okay. So Alana, unfortunately, you are baned. You have to take a negative D4 to your attacks and saves.
I should know this. I used Bane in the other time. I think it's I think
I'll
it's
pull it- I
attacks
can pull it
and
up.
saving throws. It's not ability checks.
Yeah, saving throws and attack rolls and minus a D4.
I have it on my spells actually.
This guy is concentrating on that. The other guy is going to also attempt a spell. He is going to who's a threat here? Hondo feels like a threat. Hondo, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
All right.
That fish guy's been talking a lot of shit.
Oof.
15.
15 wisdom save.
+3, 18.
Okay, you succeed. You watch as the guy in the back turns towards you and then just like grips his hand up high and like brings it down in an aggressive fashion. And again, you feel these kind of chains begin to kind of hold on to you before you slip free and break free. Totally fine. That's their turn. Takes us to Boone.
Yes, Boone. Let me. A guy closest to me who's concentrating.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use a bonus action and cast my Vow of Enmity, I think, on him.
Yeah.
So I'll get advantage on saving throws against him.
Attack rolls.
Sorry, that's right. Advantage on attack rolls against him for 1 minute. And then I'm going to attack him. I'll take a step forward and attack him.
Go ahead.
Here we go.
Channel Divinity. Do you say anything for your Vow of Enmity, or is it just...
I will creep forward and I'll be like, I told you to leave. And then like a little bit of like, maybe like a little like greenness jade will like kind of shimmer over his way as if like marking him. First roll, 21. Rolled an 11 twice.
That'll hit.
Okay, let's roll it. So that's 8 plus radiant. 8 plus 7 is
15.
15. 15 for the first one.
Okay.
Roll again. First one's a 15. That's equals 25. Second one's 17. So 25.
Yeah, that'll hit.
This one won't be as good. 6 and scroll down to this thing. 10. 10 total.
10 total? Okay.
Yeah, just 10 total.
Yep, that's fine. Yeah, you just sweep across with 1 and 2 strikes. Do you want to keep at the 10-foot range, or do you want to get within 5 feet?
I'll keep it 10 feet so he has to come towards me.
Okay. It's your action, bonus action. You're going to hold that position?
Yeah, so who is... Oh, so that's another baddie there.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll kind of just...
One,
I'll
two,
kind of just
three,
stay there.
four, Bunny. Hondo, Gord, Allie, you, and then Mary.
Yeah, I'll stand here kind of guarding the way to this little bridge.
Okay. That takes us to Gord. Brock, you there?
Yeah, sorry, I'm thinking.
It's okay. It's just sometimes like not sure. Like I don't read the chat super often, just while I'm doing all this other shit. So I was like, sometimes like someone goes to the bathroom or something. I don't know. Take your time.
Whatever spell you choose, just make sure it doesn't counter your bunny spell. If it's
Make sure it's not
concentration.
concentration. Another concentration spell will drop true
Because
pulse.
the bunny's really cute. I don't want to lose it.
It's fun just to have on the board.
I think I will use teleport
Ooh,
Okay.
where are you gonna go? Jeez.
and
Teleport's like a long, big range distance spell. Just
But let's
keep that
hear.
in
Let's
mind.
hear.
It doesn't
Let's hear
have to be.
Where are you going?
I was just gonna go over to that like right square unoccupied up over there, or away from something, like so I can keep concentration going.
I will say 2 things. Give me 2 seconds because I want to look at the specifics of the spell. Because you can take other people with you, should you so desire, with teleport. Kind of the whole deal with teleport. Let me look at what the range is. You went up to
Just
8
get-
creatures within range of 10 feet. So you could walk about 5 or 10 feet, and you would be within 10 feet of Hondo, yourself, Allie, and Boone, and be able to all teleport at once.
In Screw Mary though.
It should be fine. You could call out that that's something you want to do and hold it and try and get everyone out. However, I also want to caveat to teleporting in general. You guys know how difficult teleporting in this city can be. It can sometimes not work at all. You guys have had luck with short range teleportation, but all you've heard is long range and more powerful teleportation has been either restricted or
Tough.
challenged. Totally up to you, but I want to this is stuff that Gord, the character, would be aware of.
Okay, I'll change my mind.
It's all good.
What's the closest creature to me? The one with the...
Yeah, you've got the one guy right up to your right. He's got a shield and a big weapon coming out hot. He struck you once. He attempted to do 2 strikes at Hondo. He was successful to hit both of you with his sword, but not successful with his shield.
I will do temporal shunt.
Okay,
Ooh.
that's a reaction. That's a reaction spell.
Oh, we'll
Yeah.
save using that then. That's cool.
Temporal Shunt
Whenever
is
someone-
super dope.
Do they have to target him for that to happen?
So it's a reaction when you are being attacked. Yeah. So like if I go to
Sick.
attack you, you can use your reaction to cast Temporal Shunt. I have to make a Wisdom saving throw or be or vanish from the field and reappear next turn. It's what I was using against you as Primus. Whenever you guys would attack, and it would be like, okay, make a Wisdom saving throw, and then you would just disappear.
All right,
should
time
definitely-
for an old classic. Steel Wind Strike.
Okay.
Oh, I honestly love this shit so much.
That you can do. 30 feet gets you, I think, anybody in the room.
It's a crowd pleaser.
30. Okay, so you cannot get to this guy unless you walk 5-10 feet forward, and then you get hit.
I'll do that.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, so make 1, 2, 3, 4. I assume you're not going to hit your rabbit because that would kind of break the whole point of the
Oh, he's
spell.
cute. Do
So
it.
make
Now.
four spell attacks. So D20 plus 14, or you can click the 14 beside your Steel Wind Strike 4 times.
Plus 14?
19. What,
19.
first one?
19 misses, unfortunately, is for the first guy.
23.
That hits.
26.
That hits.
Hell yeah.
28.
Okay, that hits. So the
Dope.
guy closest is able to kind of just like move out of the way as you begin the cast of the spell. He already kind of positions himself out of the way as you then kind of transition and just dissolve into this whirlwind of magic and steel. You strike the other 3, so go ahead and roll damage. And I'll just spread it out across all 3 of them. They'll all take.
I just click the 6d10 beside it.
Yes, sir.
39.
Oof.
39 to the guy, and then where do you want to teleport to? So you can be within 5 feet of any of the 3 guys you hit, or just stay right where you are.
I'll just teleport back a bit, like further away.
Sorry, I moved and my headphones unplugged. You want to move just back away, back to like where you were?
Yeah.
You got it. Okay. I just got to do some damage over here real quick. Yeah. Okay. And becomes that. Mary, the guy directly in front of you, begins to suddenly just like bleed out of like beneath the armor. And it just mixes in with the red of the armor. But this guy is suddenly looking very hurt. The other guys are still holding on, but that was a big blow. Gord, that was your action and most of your movement. That's the end of your turn.
Yep.
Mary, we are to you.
All right. Well, I'm gonna pull my fucking shield up
Okay.
because I forgot to do that last time.
Bonus action or an action to activate?
It's a bonus action.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm gonna try to take this guy out in front of me.
You got it.
Pull
go
the
ahead.
swords. The first one is actually not a great roll, but I think it still hits. It's only an 8 on the dice, but Mage's Bane is a plus 14.
Yeah, that'll hit.
All right.
Closer than you think, but it does hit.
Okay. I need my D4 because I keep forgetting 6 damage on this. Okay, so that is 18 points damage.
18 points. He's still hanging on, but doesn't look
Yeah.
good.
Next one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that'll hit. That's a 10 on the dice. So,
With Mage's Bane, definitely hits.
yeah. Less good on this one. 14 points damage.
Yeah, with that, how do you want to shut this guy down?
I'm just gonna finally make him drop that fucking shield into the goop.
Yeah, you just cut and you like cut across the wrist, and he just the arm. You slice open like the leather bands that hold the shield in place, and it just clangs and heavily falls into the sewage as this guy just kind of collapses, landing on his knees and just kind of like not fully toppling over, just like leans against the stone as he slowly bleeds out.
Okay. Would it be possible to move and kind of stand over the bunny since it's so small? Or is there space between it and the next dude?
This guy?
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You can get right there.
Oh, that's the bunny. So is that
The bunny
Allie?
right here. This is Alana.
What's in that other? Oh, it's Rune. The angle's just so weird. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna hit the guy who's concentrating.
You got it. Go ahead with your last attack, or your. I guess you can have 4 attacks. You use your bonus action for the shield.
I use my bonus action. Yeah. So that's a 15 plus 14.
That'll hit. Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm going to just hit him. And has he been hit a lot already?
All of these guys look like about the same amount of hurt. They look, marginally hurt, not on death's door, but not doing great.
Cool. I'm gonna try to use a pushing attack to try to push him into the food.
Absolutely.
Just so I add extra damage.
What's the save?
It's strength save again, so he might succeed.
Nope. That is going to be a failure. That is a 13.
Ooh, yeah, 20 is my save. Okay.
How much
And
damage?
for damage, I actually rolled pretty bad. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's 18, only 18 points damage.
Okay, 18 points.
He has disadvantage on this concentration check because of Mage Slayer.
Yep. Okay, so there's a couple things. Let me write down the points. Okay. You strike, and he's about to kind of topple back and fall into the sewage, kick him back. However, as you hit, you watch as that red energy kind of flares in the eyes of the helmet. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
And I will make my Constitution saving throw for the concentration on Bane.
Now she would add 3, right? She's within 10 feet of me, Mary?
Yep, she's right beside you. So +3 to your wisdom save, Mary.
It's okay. It's pretty good. 24, so 27.
Yeah, absolutely. You watch as that same kind of red energy begins to kind of form as shackles around your wrists, and then you just kind of break free as you kick him fully into the sewage. First roll on the con save was a lot, 23. However, second roll is the exact same.
Yeah, that's fine.
Unfortunately, so 23 is on the Constitution, so he does maintain concentration.
But he gets pushed back 10 feet.
But he falls into the sewage and sinks beneath the surface. You watch the heavy armor just drag him down and out of sight. That is your action, bonus action, and movement. That's the end of your turn.
That's my whole turn.
I think you use your full 30 to get there.
Yeah, I can't even move out of the way so someone else can get in there. I think that's it.
Yeah, okay. At the end of Mary's turn, Hondo, come to you. You have a guy directly in front of you. And one guy just kicked into the sewage and another guy coming in.
Okay, I just want to quickly check my spells. Okay. Could I use fear on the guy right in front of me?
You can certainly try. I think it's a cone of fear. I don't think it's a single target.
That's cool.
It says you project a phantasmal image of a creature's worst fears. Each creature in a 30-foot cone must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or drop whatever it is holding and become frightened for the duration.
Dope. Do it, buddy.
So, a 30-foot cone. Let me pull my cone out. So, if you angle your cone, you will get Mary in it, but you could get all of them. And you would get all of them, but you will get Mary as well.
It's okay.
Okay. So, wisdom save? What's the saving throw?
Wisdom saving throw, yes.
As you project this cone of horrible nightmares, the guy directly in front of you comes up. Wisdom save. 14.
So it says the attack save wisdom 13.
Oh, actually, I apologize. It matters not.
Oh no, are
As
they immune to
you-
fear?
As you summon this magic to attempt to make them frightened, the strength of their belief in the law and justice keeps them from being frightened by your paltry spell.
Boo.
Mary, however,
Mary might still be BRBing unless you're back, Mary.
if Mary is not back, I will roll for Mary. I'll do it
Plus
now.
8 for Mary. Wisdom plus 8.
What am I doing?
No worries. You rolled a 17 and are safe.
Okay.
Hondo
worry.
tried to make them afraid, but he ended up hitting you in it too, but you're okay.
You did find out that they are immune to fear, though.
Oh, I'm glad I didn't use menacing.
So unfortunately, Hondo, you use your action to attempt to frighten these figures, these targets. Technically, the bunny is not.
Oh no.
Just this year. So let's see. Is the bunny now afraid of you?
Oh no.
The bunny rolls a 2. The bunny is afraid of you.
He drops his carrot.
You have officially frightened the bunny, and you see a couple little pellets pop out.
Prop, 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 prop.
So there's nothing that these creatures would fear?
Not in terms of game mechanic.
It's a great way to say it because he would try and find things that they'd be afraid of.
No, I mean, like it says, it creates a phantasmal image of their worst fear, right? So
The power of their god just protects them, or their
The
faith
general?
in the law. No, their faith in the law.
And I mean, Boone is likewise, I think, immune to fear.
Nothing scares me
There's just
because of
some
vengeance.
creatures are immune to certain things. Fear is one of them, unfortunately. That's your action. Do you want to stay there, or do you want to move?
I'll move.
Where do you want to move to?
I'll move to my right.
Just jumping back across here.
Yeah, and then maybe can I move? Do I have enough room to move up, like behind the corner?
Well, let's first make an acrobatics check for me.
Okay. So my acrobatics is plus 11. Okay.
Yep, totally fine. So 5,
6
10,
and 11. 17.
15. You managed to cross with about 10 feet of movement left.
I'll move up a bit.
So 2 squares would get you right to there.
Yeah, that's good.
As you go to run away, this guy is going to take an attack of opportunity against you. The guy who you were right in front of before. But he only rolls an 18 to hit.
Nope.
So he strikes as you go to run, but you're in the clear already. End of your turn takes us to Alana.
Okay, I'm going to go and make an attack again.
You can see past Boone and Mary. There's this guy.
Okay.
This guy just got kicked into the sewage, so he is not basically on the board right now. He's
Okay.
clear, and this guy is right in the open.
Okay.
You have 2 targets.
Okay, I'll get the second guy, and I'll use my lightning from my belt.
Okay.
Hell yeah, hell
You
yeah.
fire a lightning bolt forth. I believe it's a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah.
Dex save from him coming up. That is
Okay.
only 11. I think that's a fail.
For me, it's a 14.
Okay. You roll. It's 2d8. No, it's more than that.
I have it here. I think it's 3d8, so I'm just gonna click what's on
Sounds
D&D
good.
Beyond.
Absolutely.
That's a 16.
16 points. Where's this guy? Yeah, 16 points as you just as you're about to rush into battle, you can just all that energy that's coalesced around you just begins to just funnel down to the belt, and this bolt strikes into him as you go with your first attack.
Okay. I'm gonna go for it again. Actually, no, I can only do it once, right? I
Yeah,
think.
yeah. So you have to run. Do you want to run in and get in melee with him, or throw the hammer for your second?
Yeah, you know what? I'll run in
You
and
got
get
it.
him. Yeah,
Go ahead and roll your attack.
I like doing that. It's fun. 24 to hit.
You do have a negative D4.
Oh, yes. So I said 24, so then
Yeah.
20.
20?
Yeah.
Does
It hit.
miss, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
AC
Did you roll a
20.
4 on the D4? That sucks.
Oh, yeah, did you roll
D4,
a
not a
D4?
4.
Oh, no, I rolled a 3.
Okay, then 21 just hits.
Oh, okay.
So you're good. Go ahead and roll damage.
I'm going to do it on here again. It's so much easier.
Yeah, absolutely.
29 damage.
You rush in, and as he brings the shield up, you bring the hammer down hard on it, and you just watch as it, like, a massive crack forms in the shield. And it doesn't fully break away. He still is able to use it, but you can see, like, the upper half has been totally cleft in two, and it's, like, broken down to the middle point. As it kind of recoils, you can see he's wobbling. He's hurt.
Sweet.
Oh yeah. Fuck this guy.
It takes us to Horus. Horus pops out and is going to shoot his bow at the other guy on the bridge with sneak attack. Hey, Horus rolls a natural 20.
Atta boy, Horace. Come
Hell
on.
yeah. Good for you, Horus. This is actually a big roll for him.
Kyle has a history of NPCs rolling like absolute trash, so this is wonderful.
It's true.
This one he got him though. Got him.
Couldn't have happened to a better guy, too.
So
Had to happen to the
18
creepy frog
debatable.
kid.
Right?
18 becomes 36 plus 4 is
Wow.
40 points.
Oof.
Little Horus. 40 points. This guy had not been hurt. This is the last guy on the bridge. Not hurt too bad. So he gets it into the leg and like right in between, like at the kneecap, and he drops to his knee for a second before he snaps the arrow shaft off with his shield. Horus is going to hide again and reposition and end his turn. Take us to the Justiciars. This guy in front of you. I'm gonna get in between you guys. And they are going down swinging, it would seem.
Did he move within my range there?
Yes.
Okay, I'll take an attack of opportunity on him.
Go ahead.
Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Big hits. Big hits. Nope. 12.
It was a miss, unfortunately. He just
Boom.
as he's
What are we doing?
he rushes in with greater speed than you expect. And the shield kind of fully parries your attack as he rushes forth with the shield and uses the shield against you as a part of that.
Is that my Vow of Enmity guy, though?
Yes, you do have advantage. No, sorry. The other enemy guy is in the sewage.
Okay, great. Keep going.
Sorry. This is going to be an attack against you. Yeah, that is a 23 to hit you with the shield.
Yep. Definitely.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
I'm not good at these. 13 total.
13 is a failure. So, as your attack is parried, he kind of spins with the tower shield, and there's just a couple of like spines and elements, and it just smacks you right in the side of the head, and you are stunned.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So, while you are stunned, continue the barrage of attacks on you because now he has advantage. The first attack deals 13 points of bludgeoning damage to you.
Okay.
Yeah, they have just advantage on you. So the next two attacks, longsword, a 28 on the first, and a 21 on the second.
Yep, both hit.
So, do you have any resistance to radiant damage from being a paladin, or no?
No. Just fire from my tiefling heritage. Yeah.
Okay. So you take 12 points of slashing damage and an additional 13 points of radiant for 25. Okay. And then, 7 points of slashing and an additional 9 radiant.
Oh my. Okay.
For 16 on the second. That's the end of that. As the other guy is going to go down swinging. Shield attack is going to try and stun Gord. Shield attack with you. That is going to be a 21 to hit you, Gord, which I believe hits.
Yep.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
12.
That is a failure. Gord is stunned. I need you to take 8 points of bludgeoning damage and make another Constitution saving throw for me.
$22.
Okay, you succeed on maintaining your true polymorph, but while you are stunned, this guy is going to continue the barrage at advantage to attacks.
Who hit me?
This guy right here.
Can I do temporal shunt now?
Yes, you can.
Nice.
Using your reaction, he is going to make a wisdom save. Which can you read it out for me?
Yeah, it's wisdom.
Okay. Coming up. No, that is going to be 16.
Fail.
Bye-bye. So crazy.
You are still like stunned and rocked by the hit. However, your staff flares almost instinctually, and Alana, the guy who is directly before you, is suddenly just dissipated. That is going to end their turn, as this guy is slowly drowning in the sewage. That brings us to Boone. You are stunned.
Yeah, just my whole turn stunned.
At the end of your turn, it does fade.
Yep.
Sorry.
That's all good.
You shake your head free at the end of your turn as we go to Gord. It is your turn. You are stunned at the end of your turn. It fades at the end of your turn. We go to Mary.
Okay, so there's one guy in front of me,
There is one guy directly in front of you, yes. And he looks...
and then the other guy is on Gord, right?
He has been disappeared. You don't see him, but...
Oh, that's Alana. Okay. I'm just so not used to this, like, upward angle. Okay. Yeah, I'll hit the guy right in front of me then.
Yeah, he does not look good.
Okay. It's a 28.
That'll hit. Just roll all your attacks.
Okay. That is 26.
Yep.
That is probably actually not going to hit.
Huh.
That's, wait, I don't remember if you said if an 18 hit or not.
18 does not hit, no.
And I may as well use the bonus action too. That one is a 25.
Okay, so 3 hits.
Yep. That is 4.
You know what? I wouldn't worry about it. With 3 hits connecting, you are going to get this guy.
I was just curious. I think it's 46.
Yeah, you definitely got it.
Something like that.
Unless anyone is going for the guy in the sewage, you will have a full round before this guy that Gord has shunted returns. So you can either make a stand to, when he returns, fully surround and bring him down, or begin your kind of run from here. Mary, how do you want to finish this guy off?
I'll push him into the sewage next to his buddy. Actually, I'll put it on top of him.
His head off.
I'm not going to chop his head off. I'm just going to push him so that he falls on top of where the other guy is.
You succeed in that endeavor. And indeed, as you kick and stab back with your weaponry, falls into the sewage. And it's kind of a grim moment where it's just
So gross.
bubbling and grossness. Are you going to wait and surround and kill the returning shunted guy, or just begin running?
No, we should kill them all.
We should
And
go.
now
We
I'm
need
a
to
little
send a
concerned
message.
I'm less concerned with sending a message to the cops I'm a little more concerned about this guy going back to home base and knowing who we were, that we were involved in this, because
We need to
they
kill
might
him.
not have known.
You've got 6
Yeah.
seconds.
Kill
That was 6
I'll
seconds.
kill him.
That
Kill.
was 6 seconds. That was
Okay.
6
Yeah.
seconds.
Allie's right there. Let Allie take care of him.
Between all of you,
Bash his head with the end of the hammer.
yeah, there is no contest to the fact that he will die here. It was more the question of whether he does or not, and how you can live with yourselves after this moment.
Yeah,
I have to check
Not
my
our-
oath here, guys. Jeez.
not our proudest moment.
Oh,
They
it
were-
was lovely.
They were trying to kill you.
I think it was our finest moment.
At
We
the,
found out 5 minutes with the anarchists, and he's all.
Look, we've struck a blow for justice, okay?
I don't think we did
a blow
here.
for justice or against justice?
against justice. These are the
These-
guys whose job is to keep justice.
These are corrupt individuals serving one man, not the people.
They're not serving the general. Were you confused about who these guys were? Because they weren't that side. They're the other side.
Oh, they're serving a woman then.
The
We
lady.
should go.
Yeah.
Horace kind of peers out and says, "Holy shit, that's crazy."
Horace, if
Horace.
you want, take one of their heads and show it to your friends that we mean business.
Maybe just like
Maybe-
a patch or like a shield.
No.
Uh,
That
They
could
said
be
that-
stolen from a general store.
They said the test was get out of here. So Horace, if you run into Smile or a Phantom, just tell him deal's still on.
Oh, I'll tell him. I'll fucking show him the head too. It's gonna be crazy.
Oh. So
I won't take that. I'll just.
Oh, come on.
I'll take the helmet.
Oh,
And, I mean, I'm gonna keep like an eyeball and some teeth or something. Gotta have a couple of mementos, you know.
of any of the guys that dropped that aren't in the sewage, can I just quickly see if they have anything on them that's like, I don't know, something that could be tracked, or if they had
Oh,
Or-
good point.
or anything like that?
Go make an investigation check.
I know we need to get the fuck out of here, but I
So-
just want to make sure that we're not.
Are they wearing full plate armor?
Mhm.
We
Right
could
on,
take
take
that
it.
and use it. We could
Mhm.
take it and use it. It's a good costume for us.
and trade it for a value.
You've got 3 sets that you could easily get without having to delve into the sewer.
We'll
Write
take
it down.
Okay. It'll take you guys a while to do that because you have to basically lift like very heavy armor and a body inside. Like you have capabilities to do that. That's not a problem. But it will take you guys a while to like
I
gather
also
all,
want to
all the pieces.
point out, are we now going to be wanted?
Yeah. I
No,
think that's
no
part of
shit. You cut off a man's face in public. We're wanted by everyone's here.
Oh, no, I mean, that no one knew about that. That's
DM, can we just take 2? Because there's only like 2 of us here who can wear plate. Really, like that fits.
It'll still take a while, but yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
No need to take them all. Are you gonna store them in the bag of holding? Because we're gonna start getting close to weight limit on bag of holding if you're storing 2 sets of plate armor.
I think so. Yeah.
Is anyone wearing? Who wants to take one to wear? And then
someone could wear one, yeah.
Not.
the problem is it takes like 15 minutes to put on.
Also,
Also,
it'll take you guys a while to take it off too. So
just remember, this could be a good disguise if we need to blend in.
I mean, I can disguise myself with a weird ass fucking hat if I need to.
I
You
can't
can
That's
do it
too
with magic. Alana can do it with magic. But
Uh,
at least we have a visual. Not necessarily today, in general.
Yeah, I can't. I was gonna say I just used it today. I don't think I can do it again.
Boone
Might
will like
just
be.
also point out something just while you guys are talking about like using illusion. If you have like a physical element like armor set, it'll be a much more convincing attempt to disguise yourself, because obviously if someone bumps into you and you look like you're wearing full armor and they just feel a shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it'll
for
give it
sure.
away. But just something to consider. Keep in mind.
Boone will be like shaking his head, trying to like lose the mask. Like it looks like difficulty for him, and eventually, after like his like hand flexes on this like glaive, it like will just like slowly like fade off.
Clock that while I'm trying to look at these guys up and down for anything important. I have to deal with
What
that
did you-
shit later.
What did you roll investigation?
a 30.
Okay. It's going to take you guys, half hour, 45 minutes to take off 2 sets of armor, stow it, do this investigation, and just finish this battle. That's good. It's not a quick process. So
who else were you thinking to wear it, Scott? Because Allie can't rage while she's wearing it.
Yeah.
And I'm not taking this armor off.
Then just one.
Yeah.
But
We can
no,
just take
we
one
should
and
take
store
them
the other
all.
one.
These will be big value. Okay, you know how many people will want this to disguise themselves?
Okay,
we could trade.
I understand. I understand, but okay, if you want to do it, go fucking nuts. You better move fast.
I'll do it.
Really fucking
this will
fast.
Be easy. This will be easy.
I have a
You've
second question.
never worn full plate in your entire life.
Before I get to Mary's investigation, Gord, are you maintaining concentration on this bunny man?
Yep.
Okay.
Dude's just gonna be a rabbit living
This
in the
man
sewage
is
the rest
now
of
a
his life.
bunny. This man who once lived, probably has a family. He is now a rabbit for the rest of his life.
I don't even
What's
think there's other
worse,
rabbits
being
here.
a rabbit or drowning in the sewage?
I mean, there's probably gonna be rats are gonna eat him.
Oh,
Can we keep him?
Oh my god.
We
but
can't
Dane
just
could use a
leave him.
pet.
Well, you can do whatever you want.
Okay.
No.
My heart, this is the only joy I've experienced in this past few days. I will pick up the rabbit.
It's kind of cool because it's red like the armor, it's a red crimson rabbit with these little streaks of black. Pretty cool.
He's
This is so
cute.
fucked up. So
Little
Boone's
hell
like, where the
bunny.
fuck am I? This is fucked. We just killed some cops. Now you're putting this cop bunny in your hands. Jeez.
Horace is just watching and taking notes. And Mary, as you help pull some of the armor pieces off, you get a on the one who came in last, so the one right at the end there. You find not last, sorry, first. You find in amongst their effects, there's a notebook, and there's a bit of there's not a journal necessarily, but there's a good long section of notations and almost like detective notes, things that they've noticed, almost partially a journal, but a work journal. However, there's a point in the midsection where it transitions from common to almost akin to Thieves' Cant, but it's not Thieves' Cant. You know Thieves' Cant, but it's in this same kind of skip cipher style writing. There's something being obscured.
Pocket that. I might try to crack that later.
You guys realize that one of those Deva things just warned us that mercy killers were coming down here.
Yeah, they've been following us around for a couple days. I thought they were spying on us for the cops. Seems like maybe the lady might have something else going on.
She might like what we're on the path to do.
You said that she knows everything.
As far as I know, she does. Can we get the fuck out of here already?
Yeah, it smells really gross, and
You didn't
This one.
step in the fucking sewer shit.
yeah, you
Brawley
smell.
was Miss Brawley was up to her neck in that.
Oh, she looks great now. That was cool as fuck, by the
Yeah,
way.
the lightning was really. I've never seen anything like that.
Thanks. I didn't really realize I could do it, but I guess now it's been a little bit easier to use.
Keep that in your pocket for whatever the fuck we're getting into in the next few days.
For sure.
Horace kind of rushes up as you guys are kind of finishing, and he has a bundle that he has that's really well wrapped in just a leather bundle. He rushes up to you, Hondo, and says, Got your delivery from Chef. He's, well, kind of hesitant to, like, do business more because there was just, like, the biggest fight that's ever happened, like, 2 minutes outside of his door. Like, he just kind of watched. It was weird. But I also respect it, you know? Like, he's just fucking making explosives sitting in the corner while you guys just murked a bunch of mercy killers. It's kind of awesome.
It's big balls for sure.
Yeah, he's got it now, but here's your explosives.
This will serve us well. Thank you.
Use them wisely. Or don't. Just fucking light them up. He did note there's extra long fuses that you can tie in there. So
This is good.
you do
And I
that.
urge you, if you and your anarchist friends are considering it, get yourself some explosives.
Well, we've got some, but I've never got to handle it myself. They, I don't think it's not that they don't trust me. They just don't trust me, you know. I'm gonna find Smiler and Phantom in the city. I'll let them know what happened. Let them know what's going down. Is there anything you want me to tell them before we are able to kind of meet up again?
We didn't exactly finalize our plans.
Yeah,
Should we invite them to the tavern?
they probably won't just like openly meet.
Yeah, don't they go anywhere that... In general, honestly, I'd be honest if they wouldn't want to meet with us at all past this.
I'll be honest, Phantom might just like show up in your room one day. He does shit like that. He just kind of like appears, and you know, people get scared and shit. But like, if you know him, it's like, well, hey, what's up, man? Like, he's pretty chill. You probably won't see Smiler again. She just like fades into the shadows.
Maybe if he could find us tomorrow evening, once the sun turns, we'll be at second chances in our room. Wait.
Yeah, all right. That's what I'll tell him. I'll tell him to come back and just finalize things with you tomorrow night.
All right.
That sounds good.
You can come by too if you want. I don't know what you're doing.
I might. Yeah, it sounds fun.
Okay. I'm Boone, but that.
Rings a bell, you know? Rings a bell.
All right. I'll see you tomorrow, I guess.
All right, take care.
Get that looked at. Just point to his general, like, looking like shit.
Body.
Yeah, fucking hurt. I'm gonna go to sleep.
Yeah, we should all probably go to the fuck to sleep. At what time is it by now?
That's well past
Sleep
midnight.
time. Sleep
Yeah.
time.
You depart with Horus, explosives, plate armor, secret cipher notebook in hand. Make your way back out through the tunnels and out into the alley behind the Whistling Giant's Forge. And as you all kind of pull yourselves up and out and are kind of looking up and down the alley, as it is indeed deep in the night, directly in front of the building across, the alleyway across, the stone begins to kind of melt and shift. And you watch as one of those figures kind of drifts forth, the horns and this kind of alien elongated face kind of just like twists its head, kind of back and forth looking at you up and down, and turns, and this image in between the two horns, you see this kind of like flare, and it spins this kind of whirling blade, like a gear of blades before finishing and ceasing. And you can see in the middle of this kind of halo of blades and thorns, a feminine face, a symbol you've seen around the city, the symbol of the Lady of Pain. And immediately beneath your feet, the ground begins to just turn to like mud, and you begin to just like sink in, and your whole world just begin to fall into this muck before landing in a dark void room, just extending out as far as you can see, black void. this like light is coming down sourceless, giving this kind of faint fog on the ground. As you take this second, 2 seconds, 10 seconds, just to take it all in. Ahead of you, mountainous, from the darkness, this head rises, the massive flare of blades and a feminine face. The Lady of Pain blinks and looks at you all with its jagged smile. And that's where we'll pick up next time.
We're so ready for this.
We're so
Ready for
this.
what? Are you gonna try to fight her?
We gotta fight her.
No,
He's
we
gonna
do
try and
not.
fuck her. He's been very open about all I'm dreaming about is having sex with the Lady of Pain.
I mean,
That's canon in our game. It's not even a joke.
Thanks for tuning in. Join us next time as the wildcards are drawn below the city streets and find their hearts, minds, and souls tested before the lady herself. There'll be a new episode up every Tuesday, so stay tuned. But until then, keep exploring.